if I may ask generally, who is our enemy? Is it Obi, or is it Atiku, or is it the ADC, the coalition is our enemy? No. I just believe that the obedient movement needs to be careful the way they distribute the information or how they relate with humans on the space or on Twitter or any social media they find themselves. And I don't know if Obi himself has control over all this information they used to dish out. But before they can dish out information as a press release, I think Obi is supposed to be aware that this information will affect him or will it affect his prolonged uh, future plan. I don't know, but he will always feel like he can't control the obedience, and he will always leave them to do anything that they like. Now look at this incident that happened in 2023 in Lagos State. The Yoruba, they said, oh, they not allow them to vote. The Agberos, they not allow them to vote. And the same thing is happening now, and they seem as if they don't know what is happening. But when the times comes, you understand, they will see the force in a very big way. So they have to be very, very careful so that they will not jeopardize every other thing. If you want to win an election, you have to win as a group, as a team. In respect of the party, if ADC present Obi as the primary winner, under their own rules and regulation, we will follow them. If they present another candidate, we will follow them. But not saying that Obi or nothing, or Atiku or nothing. No one is going to follow them. And that's what APC are using to attack them. And among obedient, I'm very, very sure there's APC among them, working for APC. And we just be instigating that thing online. Obi or nothing. Obi or other followers will also be doing the same thing, not knowing that it's an agent of APC. So this is where I'm going to stop. Don't let us die in their war. They are all friends, they are all colleagues. Don't let us die in their war. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, my brother, for keeping it short. Let's have Bellamy.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity, and good morning to everybody. I'm very, very sad this morning, since yesterday that I saw the video. Why am I sad? The only reason why I'm sad is that, let me speak it in Igbo language. It's an adage. No na bo echepụta mmadụ ọkpa n'iro ịrapịa ma ọkwa na iburu nnubi mmadụ n'isi ịwapụ ya mmiri. What does it mean? I'm going to speak to Peter Obi this morning. I'm going to tell him the truth. The only reason why an illiterate like Monday Opebolo can speak to him is because he is weak politically. Peter Obi is very weak politically. I dare Monday Opebolo to say the same thing to Atiku or Erufai, or even Rotimi Amechi. I dare him to make such statements to them. The only reason why he could speak to PO was the Reverend Father in Benue did it. And what did Obi did? Nothing. He just released a statement pleading. He even turned back. He didn't even complete the trip in Benue. He turned back. He chickened out and turned back in a country that is freedom of worship, freedom of movement. In a country, even with his security, Obi chickened out and turned back from Benue and left. That gave the governor the impetus. I dare him to call Atiku and say the same thing and see what happens. He gave politician when he talk this thing. The next morning, the same politician will be in Edo State. The governor, do that thing we want to make us see. What will Obi do? He will release a statement on Twitter, and that's it. And my brother, let's do peacefully. politics is not clean and killing. It ends there. Obi, millions of people love you. Millions. They love you. They can even give your life to. I mean, the people are ready to give their lives for you. Obi, where is the commanding power? Where is that Buhari spirit? That Buhari will stand on a pulpit and say that if this election is rigged, that this will happen, this will happen. Stand on your 2 feet. Peter Obi, if you are not ready to do politics Nigerian way, please, respectfully, don't bring us out again. Don't make me fall in love to trek from Otrupo to Lafia for you. And at the end, you will tell me to calm down. Let's go to court. While everybody knew it is stolen. What are they doing? They are crippling you in every state. You won. You took them unawares. The nation was shocked. What are they doing? Now it is Benue has done. The next state will be Delta. The next one will be Cross River. The next one will be Port Harcourt. Every state will be had impact. This is their system. This is the only way they will drive. Okay, look at, imagine, Kaduna today. They threatened, as in they pursued everybody into their houses. And this is the trajectory. Every state will keep doing it. Obi will not even get mouth. As in, they will do it to a point that Obedient will not even stage. Okay, come and stage 1 million march in Lagos. Let me see. Go. Come and stage it in Edo. Let me see. They will unleash thugs on you. What would Peter Obi have done? Today, I will be in Edo today. Let the governor do that thing when you want to make us see. Obi should put body. Tiaru. Put body. The only thing that will save him if he's ready to contest, because at this point I'm disappointed. I can't even stake my neck. At this point, I won't try again. I won't put my money at this point because, guy, I'm not going to follow person who go carry me go war. When the war starts, you will carry Bible, carry microphone. They say, repent, stop war, stop war. When there is war going on, you are carrying Bible. If he wants to be a seminarian, he should go into the seminary and be a priest. This is Nigerian politics, for crying out loud. You get it by force. Even a once president told us that he knew the election that brought him in was rigged. The man is president already. He's already a president. He has been declared president, and he won, and they swore in. He now said, I knew the election that brought me in. Oga win first. I'm still waiting for him to release statement. I'm still waiting for him to release statement with that in soft voice. Monday, Pobolo, threaten Atiku. Let me check something. Threaten Atiku. Tell Atiku not to come to Edo. I want to check something. Or Rufai. Let me check something. Let me know how APC will campaign in Kaduna, in the north. Let APC threaten the coalition. Let me see in the south. Let me see how them will go to the north and campaign if they bond them well. Yes, that is the aura for aura. And the only, at this point, I'm not even campaigning for Obi to president candidate. Let Atiku or Rufai or anybody from the north take it. Let's face these APCs. This is their threat, one-on-one. If they threat them in the southeast or southwest, they will come to the north to campaign up here. We'll wait for them in the north to come and campaign. Let's see how it's going to be. They threaten Obi, he will run away. Today is Edo, tomorrow is Kaduna, next tomorrow is Delta. Tell me where Obi will win. Okay, come and take Lagos, let me see. With this your chickeny voice, come and take Lagos again, let me see. Let me round up with this. Peter Obi, Biko, Anama Yoguchuku. If you're not ready to play politics with Nigerian way, please don't bring us out. Don't bring us out. Just hands up. You can go into the seminary or you face your business. Let's know where we are. Don't be after we don't finish the re-election. Imagine saying Buhari, they win. They say glitch happen. Just imagine for 1 minute. Or saying Atiku they win clearly. And INEC say glitch happen. What do you think will happen? I yield.
Thank you, Bellamy. You know, just a mix of emotions. You know, just hang on. Let's go to Chief Mayor, then Abdozak, then we go to Macno. Macno, 1 minute 30 seconds when it's your time. So, Chief Mayor, grab the mic.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Omo, these threats they issued on Obi yesterday, like it is sudden. If I tell you that it is not heartbreaking, just no say I dey lie. Because the truth is this. I voted for Peter Obi in 2023. I'm not going to lie. I campaigned for him in 2023, thinking that, okay, fine, he can actually put up a good fight and defend his votes. But brother, make I tell you, my mind start to the court where will be day. That time in contact say, make everybody calm down, say he will recover his mandates. You don't do this thing with these people. The people that we are dealing with are people that have been in opposition for years before they came into power. You are fighting a Bola Tinubu that stood against Obasanjo with all his machinations over the years. And you think that when he comes into power, he will take it easy on you. This is why whenever I look at my fellow obedient shouting, Obi or nothing, it dey make me sad. I no go lie. Like, it dey make me sad. And major people where they shout this Obi or nothing now, my fellow Igbos. When you tell them, see, in the political calculation of this country since 1999, these people has had this thing more than us. Enter this coalition with an open mind. If Obi wins, the coalition will support him. If Verify wins, the coalition will support him. If Atiku wins, the coalition will support him. If Amechi wins, the coalition will support him. They will keep shouting, it is Obi or nothing. If they say it's Obi or nothing, Northerners are ready to relax for 4 years of Tinubu to take over power in 2031. And believe me, looking at the current formation in APC, I don't see an Igbo man being a vice president in 2031. South are already positioning for that position, that VP. Then when the power comes back to South again, it will be by 2039. And that 2039, you don't know if Southeast will even put a strong foot by then. This is a coalition for Christ's sake. Let everybody keep their ego down. Come together. Let us work as a family. Let us keep our political differences aside. Let us work as a family. For now, even, okay, in 2013, for example, APC, during the time of the formation of APC, all of them within themselves know who is going to get that ticket. But everybody kept their pride aside, kept their differences aside. They worked together. They built the party together. Then, during primaries, they voted, they know who is the strongest candidate, and they went for the person. This one, we just did an unveiling of the coalition platform. Since the day they unveiled that into today, it seems like the division in the opposition became much. I'm not going to lie. Whenever I come online, I will see someone shouting, is Obi or nothing. Is Obi or nothing. The person that you are shouting Obi or nothing might be abroad. The person might be in abroad. He's in a good environment. He has the good, what's it called? He has security. He has good social amenities closer to him. And you that is in probably in Anambra or some in Onitsha, or in probably in or places in Nigeria where say security no day, you go follow and they shout is Obi or nothing. You are suffering Tinubu's policies. You are suffering Tinubu's harsh policies, and you are here shouting is Obi or nothing. It is Atiku or nothing. My brother, let me tell you people the truth. if Peter Obi cannot control his opposition, his supporters, and let them rail on them, tell them, make everybody calm down. Let us build this platform first. Let us build this platform. Let us come together first. Because he has chances to get the tickets, for Christ's sake. You cannot come in a coalition where Atiku is bringing his numbers, Obi is bringing his numbers, Erufai is bringing his base, Tambuwa is bringing his base. All these political gladiators are bringing their base, and you are saying they must give one person a consensus candidate. Nobody does that, for Christ's sake. Nobody. Everybody is coming together. If you want a consensus candidate, go and pick a smaller party and bid on it and contest. But if you want a coalition, a robust opposition platform, everybody should keep their pride aside. That is my major concern. Keep your pride aside. Keep your political differences aside. We were in Nigeria, we're not supposed to even they do political ideology. Make I talk am. You're not supposed to follow white people, they do political ideology, because you are dealing with people that are principalities and power. That is how I describe APC. Principalities and powers. People were there ready to kill, do anything to get power. Please, if this divide continues and people that we're working with do not understand where we are going, hey, believe me, I'm having fears for 2027. I'm having great fears for 2027, what is going to happen, because as of today, let me say it with open mind. Let me tell any P2B supporters here. The state that will be won in South, if Obi should contest solo, like go contest alone in 2027, if he gets up to 25%, what is 25? If he gets up to 12% or 15% in those states that he won in 2023, I'm saying 10 to 12%, just not saying he's very, very strong with the strategy that these people have now. The only base now that Obi has up to today is Southeast. That is the only base I know that, yes, he can pull up that number again as of today. But you see South is gone. If anybody is telling you that South is still there, it is gone. Every governor in South will implement the Wike style. Obedient watched Wike in 2023. He did everything. They don't do anything. 2027 is not going to be a different ball game. In fact, 2027 is going to be worst. 2023, Wike managed to give Obi 25%. 2027, Obi might not even see 25%. See, in conclusion, I want to conclude. The best advice, the best thing I can say here is this. If we as opposition, everybody should keep their differences aside. Keep your ideology, keep everything aside. You cannot, politics is not just done, is not done by sense. Obi himself has the places where he's not, they do good. Obi is not a sense. I grew up in Anambra, I schooled in Anambra, and I witnessed Obi's leadership as a governor. I know places he did well, and I know places he did not do well. So, and personally, I have this mindset that an Atiku cannot do a bad job. I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this to Obedience. Atiku can never do a bad job. I voted for Obi 2023, but I keep saying it. I have the mindset that I don't see an Atiku doing a bad job. In as much as he might still have his own issues, his own baggages. What I'm pleading is this. Everybody should calm down. Keep your ideologies aside. Keep your differences aside. Let us build this opposition platform so that it will become strong. Then we'll go into the primaries next year. Anybody that wins the opposition coalition platform will support the person. But if we continue like this, believe me, Tinubu will do to 8 years. He might even attempt third tenure or install his successor. I yield the mic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Chief Mayor, for that wonderful submission. Comrade, please, I think at this point in time I will need your help, because I can see a lot of people requesting for Mike, Anambra TV, Mendes, King Zanga, Dine, Alaibi, Odogu, and a lot more. But I don't know why I can't bring them up. Please, can you be a co-host so you can bring people up that would, be interested in being part of this conversation?
Yeah, no, wala. Yeah, sorry, that time, I think I can. Yeah, I was dropping off that time you sent it the first time.
Okay, I will send another request to you now. So Abdulzak, then we have Maknoon. Abdulzak, please just have your 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rilwan. Emma, congratulations once again on your marriage. So yeah, I'll briefly just summarize everything. Uh, we are talking about this Monday, this governor of Edo State threatening Peter Obi. I think he's just trying to please his boss. You know, he's trying to please his boss. That's how they all are, these APC leaders. They think being a tout to please their boss is what will show that they are capacitated. But the truth is that we will see in 2027 how capacitated he is. Well, uh, talking about the general issue on this coalition, I think it is important for us to all come together rather than saying Obi or Tinubu continues or Obi or nothing or Atiku or nothing. Me, I'm an Atiku supporter. I'm an Atiku. I know the kind of person he is. I know him, and I know the kind of person that he is. It's true that Atiku wants to be president, and it's true that Obi wants to be president. But this is not about Atiku or Obi. This is about Nigeria. We need to put Nigeria first. Look at the situation that this country is in. As a Nigerian right now, I cannot say I'm proud of the country that we are in right now because look at the prices of commodities, prices of things. You understand? So saying Atiku or not, or not, Obi or Tinubu continues. We are all in this Nigeria together. If something positive happens, whether you support Tinubu or not, you benefit. And if something negative happens, we will all reap what you sow. So for me, I think it's important to put the country first. Whoever wins, the leaders will decide, and we, their followers, will follow. It's as simple as that. For you to say Obi or nothing, right now, let's say, for example, Tinubu continues, peradventure. We all know that it is more than likely that by 2031, that a Northerner, whether APC or ADC or anywhere, a Northerner will definitely succeed him, regardless. So if now Tinubu continues with his disaster, he's the worst president that's ever, he's the worst president in the history of Nigeria, you know. So if to say he continues and we continue to suffer for the next 4 years, regardless of the party, it is more than likely that a Northerner will continue. And then, if you add 4 years, then 8 years of that Northerner, that's 12 years. What will Obi be by then? I think we can only work with what we have right now, and what we have right now is today. So, in my opinion, I think we need to put the country first. Whoever wins right now is not about Obi, Atiku, or Erufai, or who. No, it's about Nigeria. Whoever, like I know that Atiku obviously is not young, and I'm his supporter. Obviously, I would want him to get the ticket, but if he doesn't get the ticket, yes, I will not be happy. But and I'm sure he will not be happy considering his age. I know this is probably his last time. This is probably his last time, and he will be upset if he doesn't get the ticket. But knowing the kind of person that he is, he would preach to his followers to support the person that got the ticket. You understand? Because this is the agreement they all agreed on, that they would put Nigeria first and they will decide on who cleans the ticket. So, and just because Obi doesn't get the ticket doesn't mean you guys shouldn't support the coalition, because Nigeria should come first, not our needs or not our interests. We all have who we support. You understand? So I think I will just leave it here. So thank you all.
All right. Thank you, my brother. It is time for Macnon. But Macnon, comrade, please help me body check Macnon. Just 1 minute, 30 seconds.
I
It's about
yeah,
setting
no what?
agenda. But just when it is 1 minute, 30 seconds, just stop him. Thank you.
Okay,
Macron,
one
go
minute,
ahead.
30 seconds. Yeah, thank you. I bet if
All
you want
right,
to
thank
speak,
you.
hold on, Mark. If you want to speak, put your hands up so we can have a lot of mic requests. So I'll know who is active and who is not, so we can refresh the speaker section. Yeah, Mark, back to you. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
All right, thank you. I appreciate William for this space, and I also appreciate the PDP boys for taking over the coalition structure. Imar Rilwan, I like the fact that Comrade is now playing third fiddle. He now has to be co-hosting. I think it's a very good move from you guys. And this also shows that that is how the government is going to be composed. It's going to be a PDP government, and the leftovers will be given to the obedience. So, Benue killings. Obi was, told not to come. He sent in whatever. Some weeks later, we saw attack and people died. Edo killing. Obi went there. Three people died, and then you want Kaduna to keep quiet. I don't think this is possible.
Also, there's no assurance that Obi will get support of the coalition if he get the ticket. We know PDP, we know the way they do their things. Don't let them gaslight you. Now, Obi can control the obedience. Yes, and that's a fact, but he cannot lead them. And lastly, let's be honest, Atiku worked hard for this coalition and just brought in Obi after finishing the groundwork. Obi confirmed this himself by saying that he only attended 3 meetings prior to the announcement. I yield my mic at this point. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, everyone. Yeah. So, I beg if you want to speak, put your hands up. Everyone, I'll take it down now so I can get more speakers. Thank you. Only I can't see any hands up, so I do. There's no queue.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable.
Yeah.
Everyone, I greet you. Comrade, I greet you. All protocols observed. Um, you know, we cannot overemphasize the importance of coming together. I mean, sometimes some of us actually are a little bit restrained to give our opinion on this matter because it's just like that boil that is situated at the scrotum. If you want to burst the boil, it will it might affect the scrotum, and if you leave it, the boil might lead to deterioration. But at some point, we just have to talk. You see, let me give this example, comrade. If I'm not saying there should be anything because people are saying Obi or nothing. Oh, people are trying to browbeat Obi to become the VP. People are trying to make him not to contest. People are trying to just like McNoon has gone here. I mean, I had the same thing Daniel Boala said it on one of the interview. But let's even say on a worst case scenario where Obi becomes the vice presidential candidate. And let's even assume that he didn't even later become the president. I'm saying in a worst case scenario, because before you can even get to power, you need to get close. That is, I'm not saying he should be the vice president. I'm saying that let's even assume. I'm now putting myself in the shoe of those who say no be or nothing and say, okay, no problem. Let's even take the worst case scenario that he's the VP. Let me give you an example. If it was Professor Yemi Oshibanjo that went to Edo State yesterday, will Mondo people say that in against him? No. In fact, he will even go, even though he was even a former VP, he will, in fact, he might even do it as a state visit. Remember that Yemi Oshibanjo was just a commissioner before he even became the vice president. But let's tell ourselves the truth. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I know Obi has the obedient movement, but can you compare the dignity in terms of diplomatic prestige of somebody like Yemi Osibanjo and Obi? It's not the same now. I mean, let's tell ourselves the truth. If Osibanjo goes to America now and Obi goes to America, who will receive the best acceptance from White House? Let's tell ourselves the truth. But when we are saying this thing, look at Obi. His shop in Lagos has been demolished. One unknown person, one unknown girl like that. I know people like McNoon and the rest of them, APC, they will go and arrange her to go and get some kangaroo court statement to say, oh, this. And that one now, nobody's even hearing of that one. Probably they have collected that building from him. But imagine if he's in power. Will that happen? No, it will not happen. But when we are saying these things, some emotional people, during, one of my elder brother have said, one of my elder statesman here has said I should stop talking about Edo State so that you do not anger some people. But I mean, we said it, that Aso Egodalo, well, let me say it in a milder manner. Aso Egodalo, we said it when we are doing this campaign. Comrade, you remember, you say, oh, I'm always supporting people that are in power. I told them that Aso Egodalo, clearly look at his antecedent and everything. He's the best candidate. And when you put forces together, you are going to defeat APC. Because not just about the vote. Now putting forces together is not just about the vote. Remember, it's about gaining more momentum. Because you will gain more momentum. When you gain more momentum, it will lead to protection of vote. It will lead to galvanizing more people to come out. it will now lead to more people to beam their searchlight on it. But if you don't build forces together, they will easily rig you, and there's nothing you can do. Okay, let's take for example now, if in 2027 now, Obi runs alone on his own, and then let me assume, though not conceding, that APC rigs the election, and Obi comes out and say, "Oh, they rigged me." You think anybody will listen to him? Nobody will listen to him now. They will tell you, "We told you now." They'll tell you, "We told you now," but you didn't listen. You want to go alone. Look at where you are. And then all these APC people that have been masquerading as if maybe they care for Obi, telling him to come and run alone rather than coming to the coalition, contesting primary election, and he can even win. Telling him, encouraging him to join the coalition and contest the election and try to see if he can win the primary election. With the numbers of the obedient movement, we can even push for, just like Comrade has been pushed, we can even push for direct primaries. And if he wins, because if he doesn't win, he remains part of the coalition. He can be offered another position. And he can even, Tinubu joined the APC coalition. He didn't even take any position. But he appointed, in fact, his footprint was everywhere in Buhari's government. Femi Gbajabiamila was the speaker. Arauf Aregbesola was the Minister of Interior. Yemi Oshibanjo was the vice president. Even Ahmed Lawan is Tinubu. Boss Mustafa, all of them are from ACN faction. And this is what you gain. You remain in power. But you say you want to play opposition. You say, oh, instead of Obi to go, which you know he cannot win alone. He cannot win. Instead of let's Tinubu continue. I have done the calculation. Let me tell you, for me, predicting presidential election in Nigeria is a piece of cake for me. Right from, I think, when I started paying attention to Nigeria, I easily look at the graph of Nigerian electoral map, and I know who will most likely emerge. 2023 election, I knew Tinubu is going to win. I knew. When immediately the opposition divided their vote, I saw where it's going. I knew Tinubu is going to win. 2015, the same thing. 2019, the same thing. It was very glaring. It's not about the amount of people that come and say they are going to support it. It's about how to galvanize. Now, I think somebody have said it. I think it's the Chief Mayor that said it. And this has been always my argument. When Tinubu won the 2023 election, he discovered something that if the opposition has marched together, he would have lost. Now, what did he do? As a smart, you have to give it to Tinubu. When they call him master strategist, it can mean a lot of things. But one thing that Tinubu you have to give to him is that he doesn't tell himself the lie. He will not even allow you to contest. He will not be telling himself, oh, I'm better than you. No. He would accept to even be an underdog while scheming his way to win. So what Tinubu did was that he looked at those places where his weak point lies. One, the Middle Belt Christians. That is one of the biggest weak points of Tinubu. He started obliterating that particular region. He started trying to, in fact, and he successfully did it. And I was telling people, and most of all these people that don't even interact with people across the whole country. There are people that you only interact with people of your own tribe. You don't interact with people from North. You don't interact with Southwesterners. You don't interact with people from South, or even if, as the case may be, if you are from the Southwest, you don't just, for somebody like me, I have friends cut across different geopolitical regions. I have friends cut across every tribe in this country. Dependable friends everywhere. And I have been able to, by providence, I found myself to interact with people of different regions in this country. The people of the Middle Belt, those people that voted for Obi in 2023, are no longer with him. Of course, he will get votes there. But what I'm saying is that he will not overwhelmingly get those kind of amount of vote. Let me take Southern Kaduna as an example. He's not going to get that kind of vote he got in Southern Kaduna in 2023 because some of all those people that are supporting him this time around is not even rigging. Those people are genuinely supporting Tinubu now. And that is the truth. You can argue it all you want because you don't have your facts. But I know a lot of people will even go even everywhere on other spaces to go and insult me. No problem. But I will say the truth. In the South, that is another weak point of Tinubu. He had discovered that this South water, and in each region he adopts different tactics. In Middle Belt, what he did is that he gave them a kind of a sense of belonging, gave few key appointments, make some state visits. I mean, give people some money to, or give people orientation that, oh, the Muslim ticket is nothing to, I mean, it's nothing, because that was the reason why most of them actually voted for Obi. Comrade, I see your hand, but let me just say this. So this is the reason why most of them voted for Obi. Let's tell ourselves the truth, people from the Middle Belt. Now, in the South, he started getting in governors to rig election for him. People like Mondo Pebolo, people like Wike and the rest of them. And you think he's not going to get more votes from the South side based on that? And he has given a lot of them empowerment. So Mondo Pebolo just won his Supreme Court judgment recently, now I think 2 days ago. So he has to show working. But perhaps that might be one of the conditions they gave him. Oh, Baba, you go win this thing, forget judges. I will go tell them to declare you winner and I'll not be wicked judge. But guy, you go threaten Obio. Now, I mean, that is now the assignment we will give you. It happened in Kaduna, in Benue. It happened in Edo. It happened in Kaduna. It is the same thing everywhere. But I have made my own calculation and discovered that a coalition will defeat Tinubu. The only region from the where Tinubu did not get much vote, where he wasn't able to penetrate up till this moment, is Southeast. This is the only region he couldn't penetrate. He can't penetrate Southeast. That is the only region he couldn't penetrate. And that is a big problem for him. And again, the CPC faction of APC that is mostly domiciled in the northeast and the northwest, and states like Niger, Kogi, and some part of Nasarawa and Plateau are no longer happy with APC. And this is the reason why he's running helter-skelter with this Buhari's burial. Yesterday, we saw the appointments he made, appointing northerners everywhere, and you say he's not G3. He knew, Tinubu knows his weak point. Now, what do we now, the opposition, do? We have to capitalize on that weak point. But instead of us to capitalize on that weak point, we are playing a go game. Tinubu, a coalition ticket will defeat Tinubu. I'm saying it now, but some people, until it is, like I say, it's easy to predict. A coalition ticket will defeat Tinubu 70-25 in 3 regions: Northeast, Northwest, and Southeast. These 3 regions will give Tinubu a bloody nose. Anybody, a simple political calculation will tell you that. It's very glaring. But some of us cannot see it.
Then South and Middle
It will be
Belt will be, I
divided.
mean, and North Central
Will be
will be
divided.
divided.
And Tinubu is gone. These 3 regions, Tinubu will struggle to get 25% in the states in Northeast, Northwest, and Southeast. And then he will just divide votes in Middle Belt. And then whatever thing he's doing in Southwest. I mean, when I say Southwest, remove Lagos, because Lagos will be another battle. So it's only the remaining 5 states in Southwest where he can do whatever he likes. So please, like I said, finally ask yourself this question. Will Professor Yemi Oshibanjo, will want to people to tell Oshibanjo this thing he told Putin? No. Will he tell Alex Ekweme during his head? Will he tell Nama Disambo this thing he told Obi? Absolutely no. He will not. But if we come together like other people have said, okay, can one of people tell Atiku this thing he told Obi? He cannot. One of people cannot tell her. Even Tinubu himself cannot tell Atiku this thing. Ordinary one of people, somebody that cannot even speak English, tell Tinubu cannot threaten Atiku. And that's what we are telling you about getting power. You need to get near to power. Not you are a former governor. You just get a movement. You say, oh, it is you or nothing. Instead of joining a movement and see how you can even get the ticket. Some of us can even mobilize and get the ticket for you. Say, no, you started insulting other people. It doesn't make sense. Thank you very much, comrade. I have to apologize for some of my statements here, but I mean, that is how it is in my mind. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Oyin. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Before I go to King Zanga, let me just make an announcement. Alabi, I will drop you. I don't see your hands up. Mende, I will drop you. Ogundipe, I will drop you. Chief May, I will drop you. Abdul Zaka, I will drop you. I don't see your hands up. Yeah. King Zanga, go ahead and go to Danny.
Comrade, good morning. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good. I actually came up because of the comments by the, the imposed or selected Edo State governor. I a bit because I'm an Edo blood, right? And one of the things we hate is being seen to be oppressed. In fact, your attempt to actually show that that's where you are headed is very predictable by an average Edo person. That statement he made yesterday. Well, I won't blame him. I won't blame him much. I would draw the attention of Peter Obi to something. Okay, he has to decide now who he really wants to be in the political journey of this country. That is his choice. He has to decide who he wants to be. Why do I say that? Because I'm a good student of history and I understand what power is. Clearly, he is seeking for power, but power demands power. Okay? All those visits he has been engaging in, right? Across the states of the Federation. I want to ask, is he going for pasturing or he's going for hunting? Is he acting as a sheep or he's acting as a wolf? Because clearly, in the game of power, you have to be a wolf. Because the sheep likes to be too comfortable with the status quo. He doesn't want to offend anybody. He wants to be secured because he wants to be pacifist. But that's not what power demands. If he truly want to be the president and commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if he truly want to be ordering our troops to be going to missions, covert and overt, and our intelligence agencies, then it's time for him to demonstrate the purpose of that power he seeks. What stops him from going to Benue and tell the popularity of that Reverend Father? See, if he refuses to go to Edo because Okoyolo say this thing, I won't vote for him. I won't campaign for him. In fact, I will campaign against him. Because I will campaign against him. Well, why, comrade? Think of a leader who wants to do good, but refuses to fight dirty where the situation demands it, and loses to the one who did. Is that virtue? Is that character? Is that virtue? Is that virtue? What is the purpose? What is the use of your virtue if it will not save another person? If it will not free another person? What is the purpose of your power if it cannot bend the will of others to do good? Tell me. Because, see, human nature is very predictable. You're predicting him. You're predicting him. And these events and these occurrences are rhyming. And you can see it clearly. Because when people do something and get away with it, they will want to do it again. If you want to be pacifist, be pacifist. But in the game of power, pacifism is not what you even encourage. Say, please, I don't want anybody to mark any virtue on the altar of cowardice, to market it on the altar of cowardice. No. During the 2023 election, A pregnant woman was in my ward, my poly unit. A pregnant woman. When that woman voted, she said she's not going away. She voted for Obi. She said she is not going away. That she wants to see the vote count because of this child she's carrying. That made me to defend that vote. That was my purpose that day. I made sure the security is guaranteed for everybody in that ward and that police unit, and we delivered it. That is power. That is authority. That is influence. I want him to start preparing to come to Edo. Because if he refuses to go to Edo again, I will not vote for him. He's clearly not the leader we want. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, King Zanga. So that's an interesting last point you made because more or less we can argue that Edo is like the political headquarters of the Obedient movement, like the spiritual headquarters, right? So if Obi give hit to this threat and he doesn't go to Edo again, like I mean, I saw one post. What he goes there to do, like he has not even started campaigning, He only go there to do his normal philanthropy, um, which is what he loved doing this period, right? A purpose is like a purpose for him. So if because you want to do good, you give it to the bad guys, So I get where you are coming from a position of pain and love, right?
Because
Because like
comrade, because that his action so far in constructing these guys is becoming a betrayer of those he promised to protect. Do you know the power of the office
yeah,
he
yeah,
seeks? Do you think this is a joke?
yeah, and I think somebody made that kind of empowers. I mean, like who knows Money Okpebholo? Like, okay, the last time it was the Lagos State governor that is making vicious statement against Obi just to build his relationship with Tinubu, right? We have a Benue lackadaisical, lukewarm, docile, negligent governor, right? The only time the governor became a lion since he got elected is to issue Obi a warning:
Comrade,
don't come to
comrade,
Benue State,
comrade. Sorry,
right?
respectfully, don't think I'm
Just, I
interrupting
mean,
you, comrade.
I will let you.
See,
Okay, go
comrade,
ahead. Go ahead.
comrade. Power to everybody listening to me on this space. That influence you think you hold is not real, because power is not real. Power is perceptive. Power is perceptive. It lies in the perception of the people. The moment the people sense weaknesses, they will not ask questions. They will start looking for a replacement because why? Power lies in the perception of the people. Think of a strong leader who confidently, even if he's ignorant, even if he does not have the capacity, but he's out there, is the one people are seeing. It's bending a whole lot of stuff. People will follow him
Yeah, yeah.
because power lies in the
King
perception of
Zanga.
the people. It is not real.
Yeah, yeah. King Zanga. So you made a valid point. Power is a function of perception. You understand? So even with the political base of Obi, yeah, APC have overlooked that political base, yeah, and they are looking at the perception, okay, that Obi is giving. Okay, the Benue State governor gave, for instance, yeah. I mean, he issued threat and somebody Obi turned his convoy and I mean, he never came into the state again. That is a perception that has empowered that perception. Monday Okpebholo got that perception and it empowered him, and he has done the same thing. Yeah, if Obi give hit again, another governor somewhere else is watching. Yeah, he will get that perception. Okay, I can do this too. You understand? So now, when that perception is building around, your political base does not matter again, right? In this equation. You understand? The political base is invisible. Yeah. So on that point, that's why we say okay. Me as based on my own, okay. I looked at it. Okay, I've gotten this perception a long time ago. That's why I made that decision. Obi is my guy, but I will not support him without that reinforcement around him. And that is what this ADC party is meant to do. Yeah. So, I mean, if you are the supporter, you pray he gets it, because that reinforcement is a necessity. Yeah, that Obi cannot do without in this election. Like, it's a shield for him. Yeah. So put that aside. So we saw something that happened. This same thing has happened not just to Obi, to someone else. Yeah. I'll tell you her name. Natasha. Yeah. The Kogi State governor told her making her enter Kogi State. Yeah. Because she understood the power of perception, she flew into Kogi State to to do that same thing. That she did the opposite, like as the guy they issued the statement she's flying in. Yeah. And we saw the upward, the how it energizes her supporters. You get, and it ridiculed the governor. It's even strengthening her politically. You understand? Just look at that, isn't it? Natasha, I mean, anyways, this is the case of a man threatening a woman, and the woman defying the man. Yeah. So, I
And
mean,
finally, before I go, comrade, every obedient, and every supporter of Peter Obi, both publicly and privately, you must remember one thing. No matter Obi's diplomatic position, his diplomacy will become noise without the threat of the use of force. Are you hearing me? He is not the only leader in history who seeks power, and he has found himself in this particular position with this kind of philosophy. But let me remind every single one of us whom I likely want to be tempted. See, history is being made right now. What is happening right now will be studied across classrooms, across boards, across a whole lot of across everywhere. But one thing is certain: diplomacy without the threat of the use of force, no matter how civilized and uncivilized a society is, will be noise. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, King. And let's move to the next speaker. Yeah, nice point. Danny, go ahead. Then go to Odogu. Okay, Odogu don't drop. Okay, then Engineer Saji, are you here? I'll drop you if you're not here because of
I haven't spoken.
yeah.
No.
Okay, Odogu, let Danny speak. Then you go. Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'd like to quickly pick up from the Edo State incident. Well, I want to start by saying that I believe that the time for quiet or calm politics is over. The people we are dealing with are animals. Sorry to use the word animals, but I listened to Monday Okpebolo, and I was like, really? Is this the person that should say this? Now, I want us to realize, or I wish people here can take the message to Obi, that he controls one of the movements that is capable of starting a revolution in Nigeria. He should know this. The people in power know this. See, if Peter Obi steps foot in Edo State, there is nothing Monday Okpebolo will do. Absolutely nothing. The only reason why Monday Okpebolo could make that statement, like some people have said here, is because Father Alias said it in Benue State and nothing happened. So the ball is in his court now. He's going to lose considerable support from the obedient movement, particularly because it is the Edo State. He needs to take it as a matter of urgency. I want to cite a simple example. During the NSAS protest in 2020, I was in Port Harcourt, and the Port Harcourt rally was announced. The day before the rally, Nyesom Wike went on radio, made announcements that people should not come out, nobody should protest, and all of that. Blah, blah, blah. Guess what happened? The next day, the people defied that order, came out and protested, went as far as the government house, waited in front of government house, chanted his name, asked him to come out and address the people. Did he come out or not? He came out and addressed the people, and I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. That such is the power of defiance. And if Obi folds his hands to this, the truth is, I think somebody said it earlier, he's losing his base. Let's tell ourselves the truth. These attacks are happening in calculated places where where they believe are places that he would pick up the vote. Why? Because the people in the APC are already plotting towards a Tinubu, the anger of the North and the anger of the CPC arm of the APC. That is the truth. So they're trying to consolidate on some places in the South and some places in the Middle Belt where Christians vote the more and all of that. Now, let's drop Edo State. I want us to realize as a people, and I'm speaking because I believe that 90% of people in this space are either Atiku supporters or Obi supporters. I'm an Atiku supporter. And I want us to tell ourselves the truth. First of all, that a president that came to power with less than 40% of votes can be defeated. Do not let anybody lie to you and come and tell you this. Oh, I see why you is a master strategist. It's a lie. He came to power with less than 40% of votes. If the coalition comes together, he's as good as gone. Now, I want us to also realize and tell ourselves the truth that by destiny, somehow the destinies of Atiku and Obi have been tied together. Now, 2027 is the last chance for both persons to get themselves in the presidency. By getting themselves in the presidency, I mean getting themselves close to power. Atiku cannot contest for president after 2027. After 2027, Peter Obi will not contest for president. If he does, it would be an exercise in futility because after 2027, that would mean that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu had won his election, and in 2031, the North will present their candidates, and all other parties will do the same. So I'm speaking to the supporters now. We need to bury whatever hatchets that we have. Or that this one is this one is that, this one is that. The election, really, if we look at it, and if you notice, like there's somebody that came on the space here and tried to say, oh, that the PDP boys have taken over the coalition and the Labour Party people are playing. This is the seeds they will plant to try to divide the coalition because take it or leave it, they know that there is fire on the mountain. So if we do this Obi or nothing, Atiku or nothing, and in the end, Atiku will never be president, Obi will also never be president. So if we do not put this aside, then we just go ahead and then the last point I want to make is this. Mr. Peter Obi needs to come skin deep into the coalition. The other heavyweights in the coalition have all resigned from their parties, indicating significant interest in the coalition. He is still actively a member of the Labour Party. I am assuming that it is because of the upcoming elections in the states. Okay, no problem. So we'll wait and see after the elections. But the point is, he needs to come in skin deep because I've spoken to a number of my friends and they are not sure he's really interested in the coalition and all of that. Now, these are some of the things that make it very, very obvious that he may not get the tickets. You cannot keep playing the way you are playing and trying to dance here and dance here, and then expect that at the end of the day you will jump in two days to the primaries, or let's say 2 months to the primaries, and then you expect that everything will all be rosy. Every single person is pulling shots in their base. We've seen Ralph Arabishola in the southwest hold meetings. Some people in the northwest, some people at the camping in the northeast, and all of that. It is time for Peter Obi to come in skin deep into the coalition, resign from the Labour Party, join the coalition, show your commitments. Thank you.
Okay, ahead now. Oh God, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Can
you.
anybody,
Yes,
can
go
anybody
ahead.
hear me? Okay, Odogu, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you. So can anybody hear me? Just confirm you can hear me.
yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you.
So the first point I want to make is that I think God really loves Nigeria. And I'll tell you why in the next few sentences. God loves Nigeria because these things are happening 2 years before the presidential election. 1 year
before party primaries. By next timetable, presidential election is February 20th, 2027. So plus minus party primary should be done May, June next year. So nobody will say they were caught unawares about what is coming. Nobody will say, I'm a Benin boy. I'm an Edo. I grew up in Edam Isam, but I grew up in Benin. There's a parable, the same Benin, but I will say it in English. Stone where person they see from far, not supposed to blind your eye. Nobody, unless the person is living in delusion, should say they will be surprised about what is coming. I'll give you an example. Last week Saturday, in Lagos State local government elections, all of us here know that anybody that follows Nigeria politics that knows local government elections, that it is a party in power that is in the state that writes results and announces their people as local government chairman. What you can do in the polling unit that day to vote or not is not important to them. So that's why that last week when people were saying go out to vote in Lagos, I was just laughing. But nevertheless, don't discourage people from going to vote. APC knows that they can write the election in Alausa, write the results, declare the results and whatnot. But APC went, put canopies, put thugs in polling units, put thugs there. They are telling you, we dare you to come out. Look, they didn't need to put thugs on local government election. They could have written the results in Alausa. Because it's not an election that's conducted by anybody, it's conducted by them. They write the results and declare it. But they went there, put thugs. It's what in military they call a show of force. That's what it's called, a show of force. If you know sometimes, if like you remember during the NSAS protest, when we were saying we're going to go and protest, you remember that soldiers came out and started marching just to tell you that if you come out, we will deal with you. This is what they are doing. They are not making it, they are not hiding it. You are seeing it. A stone when they come from far, not supposed blind your eye. Now go to the issue of coalition. Okay, I told you from Edo. Okwewolu is my governor today. Who made Okwewolu governor of Edo? It's not the people. His gods. Anybody, esteem Behemoth, anybody from Edo can say whether I'm lying or not. His gods are Ezenwo Yesom Wike, Godswill Akpabio, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Wike's cousin is the wreck in charge of Edo, is the one who wrote the results for Monday, Okwewolu, to become governor of Edo today. Okwewolu knows that he's in government today because of Ezenwo Yesom Wike, Godswill Akpabio, who helped them obtain the first primaries that they declared Dennis Dausa, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What do you want it to do? He has to show workings. The day anybody that's in Edo can tell me whether I'm lying or not. November 12, 2024, when he was went to office, the next day on Airport Road, on golf course, he did not put his banner. It was Tinubu's banner he unveiled from November 13th. Monday will have been campaigning for Tinubu's second term since November 13th, 2024. Why? Because Monday Okwewolu knows that if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not president in 2027, he is a one-term governor in 2028. He was not first voted by the people. He knows. So Monday Okwewolu has only come to come and do a show of force. It is action and reaction. This is not anything I'm saying is public knowledge. There's nothing I'm saying that is a top secret. Monday Okwewolu is fighting for a second term. He's not fighting because he lost Tinubu. You misunderstand it. He is fighting for a second term 2028. He is fighting for a second term 2028. Now, getting back to the point of obedient movement and Edo being the headquarters, I concede. But anybody that knows Edo too knows that at least like every state, Edo has 3 senatorial districts: South, North, Central. Where the obedient movement is very strong is South and Central. That is the Benin speaking part and the Eastern speaking part in Edo today. Edo North 50-50 because Oshomole is a political force. They don't like it or not, but Oshomole is a political force in Edo North. So APC is quite potent in Edo North. The Edo Central is collapsing to APC. Anybody that knows, with I'm lying. We have a senatorial election in 1 month time, August 16th. It is going to be won by APC. We all know. We know the next senator from Edo Central, from Edo Central, is Joe Ikpea.
PDP will put up a fight, but it will not amount to anything. APC, that central district is collapsing. You are now left with only one. What I'm going to say here might offend some Benin people, but I will say it, and I hope I'm forgiving. I'm just trying to say the truth on the matter. I shouldn't say it, but I should say it. The elite class in Nigeria are in support of Tinubu, whether it's the business class, the traditional institutions, or because if you follow business, if you follow stock market balance sheets, the business people are in rude health. Femi Otedola has become a 40% owner of First Bank under Tinubu's government. Seplat finalized their transaction, their oil block transaction under Tinubu's government. MTN had their tariff increased under Tinubu's government. This is something they are pushing for almost 10 years. Why would they change? Why would they change what? If you ain't broke, do you fix? So it is we, the common people, who don't have that interest, that should hold our nose and tell ourselves that is our destiny we are fighting for. Dangote that wrote letter to Tinubu, love letter to Tinubu 2 weeks ago. You think Dangote is a stupid man? Because Dangote does not want to. You announced coalition this week. Next week, Dangote writing letter. Why do you want that? Why do you think Dangote writing letter? Ask anybody that knows. Dangote, the first year of Tinubu's government, Dangote suffered, and the reason why he suffered was simple. The story they say, this is from Bush Radio, so that I have it, that he didn't contribute money. There's much money that he was playing both sides. That was giving money to the three people. He will give here, give here, give here. You also remember that they said that so Tinubu, but people like Elumelu and Bua were all in on Tinubu, and that's why Tinubu won. Tinubu, the first person to go and great was Tony Elumelu. When you look at these things, the signs are there. The people who control public opinion in Edo, I shouldn't say this kind of thing. I'm sure I'm thinking what I should say, but I'll say it. What's the worst that will happen? The Oba of Benin supports Tinubu. It's not I'm not sure anybody that lives in Edo. You know something we say outside, but anybody that's from Edo knows that I'm not lying. Anybody that knows that I'm not lying. knows that I'm not lying. Why does he support Tinubu? Because the previous governor, for some reason, thought the previous governor offended him. Tinubu aided him and whatnot, and they got Upewolo as governor. But let's not go to that channel. I don't want to. I'm trying not to get into traditional side and not get involved. Now, there's 2 or 3 speakers ago, somebody made a very beautiful analysis, and I wish I can't remember the person. If I knew, I would have called the person. The person sent me the account number. Let me send the person some money. Nigeria is not Benin City. It's not Lagos. It's not Ibadan. Nigeria extends up to Sokoto, Kebbi, and places. When people say, yesterday I was having a conversation with the Obi and Obedient, and I was also trying to get his point of view. He said the people want to Obi. And I said, when you mean the people, are you counting the people in the northeast, northwest, and some parts of the north central? And so the people in the southwest, are they part of your equation? Obi's stronghold is the southeast and the south-south, and Lagos. Why? Look at the education numbers in those places. But the people who vote along other different lines, not because of whether you say you are consumption to production, Obi does not evoke any emotion in them. It's just the truth. Go and find out. Now, Tinubu has been playing for second term for this thing. Tinubu gave a Southern Kaduna man chief of defense staff. You think Southern Kaduna will come out in the same numbers they came out for Obi in 2023? Far, because their brother had reduced killings for them. I have a friend who is from Christian Gombe. In 2023 election, he traveled home, drove from Abuja to Gombe to go and vote for Obi. On his way back, he was kidnapped. I thought, oh my God, if I lied, let me not see this thing. He was kidnapped. He was on his way back, he was kidnapped. And people that know me on this space know that I'm saying the truth. He was kidnapped. Ultimately, he was released. We paid ransom. It was paid about $20,000 for ransom. We brought him out from kidnappers then. Remember, I said this is somebody that traveled home, left this thing, was kidnapped because I went to go and vote for Obi. Today, this my friend is a staunch Tinubu supporter. Why? He says because he sees a sense of inclusivity of them in the middle belt. There. So Muslim ticket was not that bad for him. So if it's not broke, he's not going to fix it. He's going to vote for Tinubu 2027. And he said he's speaking the mind. He's a lawyer, and he's speaking the minds of a lot of his people. The signs are there. Secondly, or thirdly, Ganduje that Tinubu removed. Ganduje was not a bad. Ganduje have been extremely loyal to Tinubu. You think Tinubu will remove a subservient national chairman? Because Tinubu knows he has a northeastern and northwestern problem. He knows. Tinubu is not one that lies to himself. The rest of us can lie to ourselves, but he knows where his weaknesses are. So he's trying everything. You think Tinubu is trying? You think Shetima has not done anything to Tinubu? You think Tinubu is trying to change Shetima because he hates Shetima? It's because he's looking for someone that gives him numbers. He's looking for someone that gives him numbers. Now, in the South, I'm just telling you where Obi's strong points are. In the South, we have 6 states in the South. 5 have fallen to APC. The last domino is Bayelsa. It's about to go from reports. The last domino is about to fall to APC. APC are taking the 6 South states. This is why Ezenwoye Wike, for me, is the greatest threat to democracy in Nigeria. Wike set the template 2023 with that indeed to obedience vote in Rivers. Other governors have seen it now. They can do it until we happen. After all, now Tinubu is even the president. Which NX chairman will go and stop Tinubu? Tinubu is going to appoint NX chairman in the next 3 months. In the next 3-4 months. Tinubu is going to appoint next NX chairman next 3-4 months. What Wike did in Rivers and Edo State election, governorship election, he will repeat it. They will. What stops other governors from doing it? They will do it. You can go and after you vote your polling unit. It's collation center the thing happens. It doesn't happen in polling unit. It's not regulation in polling unit. It's written in collation center. So that is why Wike Rivers, because you cannot call similar Fubara as this thing. So that's why I didn't say people say go to defect, but not Wike charge of that state. So it's APC. So the 6 states in South have gone. You are not adding Tompolo, who Tinubu has empowered with so much money. This is their pipeline surveillance contract. That Tompolo is ready to do anything to make Tinubu come back. The Olu of Warri is a pipeline contractor, pipeline surveillance contractor. Go and find out. Pipeline Infrastructure Nigeria Limited. Go and look at who the shareholders are there. It's a pipeline surveillance contractor. You think they will step down? They will leave it. Why would they change what is? They are making cool cash. They are minting cash from pipeline surveillance contracts.
Okay, just wind up, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to just sorry. I'm sorry.
Provo. I don't listen to you the toxic. So
sorry.
this is activist for you.
You understand? The signs are there. Now, secondly, the issue of Obi or nothing. It's because many of us are not very perceptive. The person that set this seed among us was Keyamo. He was the one who wrote that tweet that obedience took up. They say it is because APC is afraid of Tinubu. APC is afraid of Obi. It is not true. If you were in secondary school, I went to a boarding house. They only bully you if they know they can bully you. If they know they cannot bully you, they don't bully you. Because if they know you will push back, they won't try it. But if they know that you are a soft target, you'll be bullied. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's not an issue of this thing. Secondly, somebody also, the thing last week also made the point, and it is true. Obi and Atiku's fates are tied together. Fate has brought them together. I don't know why God did it, or why it happened, but fate has tied them together. Atiku has a southern problem, Obi has a northern problem. It is the truth. Now, the issue of Obi or nothing or consensus candidates, I just want to tell people one thing. Sorry, and this is my last point. Donald Trump in 2016 did your presidented, won election against the former president's wife, former Secretary of State, and won. In 2020, he lost to Biden. Although he got the highest number of votes that any president, if Biden did not contest, he got the higher number, he lost. In 2024, this is Trump, who was extremely popular, has a base, MAGA base, everything, left like the obedient movement. When Trump wanted to contest against the Republican Party, Trump went to primaries. He was challenged by Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. So where do people get the idea that everybody should come and crown somebody a consensus candidate? How does that work? How? So that I need to think about it. How? Donald Trump, who has won election before, went through primaries. Then we will now say, other people will now say that if you don't give us consensus candidate, we will not agree. And finally, why do people think that Peter Obi is stupid? People think that Peter Obi went to a coalition. The discussions, he did not have discussions of what he wanted or what he wanted to achieve there. He's not a stupid man. He would have asked for certain guarantees and certain things which would have guaranteed to him or whatnot. I don't know what it they are. And I said something before. I believe that there are only 6 people in this world, in this country, that know what's happening in that coalition, that know the full what's happening in that coalition. One, Atiku, Obi, David Mark, Erufai, maybe, this is maybe, Rotimi and Mechi and others. We don't know the full details of what those people have discussed. So I think if I were, so personally, I've met Obi 3 times in my life. I've never met Atiku. Obi is my friend is Obi. But my own job is to chase APC away in 2027. 2028, Mondo Pevolo becomes a one-term governor. That is my own ambition. I've never heard him. You can go and check my TL. Mondo Pevolo must be a one-term governor. And the only way will be a one-term governor is if APC goes 2027. I yield the mic. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Comrade, are you still there? Okay,
Yeah. Odogu. Okay.
okay, let's have Chief.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable One and Comrade and everybody. Uh, good morning to us all. Uh, Nigeria, and the problem. We have a lot of issues in this country, and to be honest with most of us that are obedient, sometimes I wish he's even sure that he's heading this obedient movement. Yes, sometimes I have that wish. See, for those that are very close to Peter Obi, those that have direct contacts with him should go and tell him that these things, politics is politics all over the world. Though. I mean, politics is politics all over the world. After election, after 2023 election, most of us should understand what Asuwaji is doing. The only person that know who won the election is Asuwaju and the people that are close to him. First place they started attacking Peter Obi and his supporters is in Lagos. And they are still doing it. And if most of us don't know the reason why Asuwaju is head bent on taking control of rivers, is because he knows he lost rivers. And believe it or leave it, there are states in Nigeria, if you want to be president of Nigeria, you must win or get a huge number of votes in those states. Now, Peter Obi don't know what is happening to him. As far as I'm concerned, he doesn't know. Because even the way he went about the Benue State Reverend Father thing shows he does not even know what is happening to him. He won Benue with a huge numbers. Now, the place you call the headquarter of the obedient movement is also slipping off your hand already. And when most of us are talking about this coalition, most people think we are joking, that we don't know what we are talking about. So these things are the issues. He in a today, whether you like it or not, if election is to be conducted, you cannot get what you get before. Losing an election has a lot of issues that comes with it. A lot of people will lose hope on you. So those that are saying obedient or nothing, these things are the issues, the reason why most of us are saying Peter Obi should negotiate with this coalition. He should put all his life inside this coalition. His ambition, everything about him should be centered around this coalition. Everything about him. Because as it stands today, Asuwaji is giving governors conditions. That is the truth. That is what we are seeing. Almost all governors in Nigeria, even those in PDP, APC, any party, is loyal to Asuwaju. Because you are not even sure of what INEC will do. That is the reason why every governor, everybody is rushing to him. Even those that are working governors are afraid, are listening to him. And we are here telling you that Nigeria of yesterday is not the Nigeria you know today. Somebody is in charge. If na this thing they go say, a new sheriff is in town. Asuwaju is not somebody you will come and shout Obi or nothing to. He's not. He's somebody that has been into this game of power for a very long time. He has done trade in it. And to also Peter Obi, let me say this to him. If Peter Obi do not go to Benue State, because the Constitution of Nigeria did not limit any citizen of any type movement. So if Peter Obi did not go to Edo State to do whatever thing he wants to do, then most of us will stop supporting him. Because the governor does not have any right. The Constitution did not give him any right to limit anybody's movement in Nigeria. So all these threats are because they know who he is. And I don't know why he's who he is. Is anybody more Nigerian than him? Why can't he talk when needed? Is anybody more Nigerian than Peter Obi? They will come threaten you. You just do like you're afraid of somebody. Who are they? So he should identify where he stands. If he doesn't want to be president of Nigeria, then he should be VP. He should rest and let people take this movement and liberate Nigerians. You can't be too quiet. You can't be acting like Peter Obi if you want to be president of Nigeria. That is not how politics is done. Donald Trump used every manner of things he has to use to be president of US today. So I don't understand why some individuals will just come, they will threaten you and you will chicken out. Why? I beg.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Okay, go ahead. No.
No, go ahead. Michael, I would want Michael to have his own 3 minutes also because we started.
Okay, Michael, go ahead then. I think you've been here longest. Then we'll go to the Gundipe.
Yeah. Thank you, comrade, and thank you, everyone. Sorry, I dropped off, and yeah, I've been coming in and off. So I just have a few things I wanted to put out there as part of the conversation. So I will start with the feelings among the supporters of P2B and the obedient movement. And I'm not their spokesperson, but I'm just speaking from a few of my observations. So first of all, I'm sure, Rewan, you can remember I kind of did an open letter for you, which you responded pretty well. But it would be nice I put it out here. If you check the obedient family to start with, majority of these individuals are just young men and women whom probably haven't been too long in politics. I think the time most of us joined, fully was just last election. So I reckon I mean, when I say you, I'm speaking to the PDP boys that have been in this for decades. To take it easy on the obedient, I would say, especially the younger ones that are just joining. Sometimes there's quite a lot of emotions, attached to their pronouncements and their feelings. Okay, and when you hear politics, is not don't is not emotion. I think it's actually with the politicians that are playing the game, but the followers sometimes you attach emotions because it's pretty much your future that you are defending, or you want it to be better. But having said that, the obedience, if you checked in the last election, and this is not to belittle anyone's effort, but I can, beat my chest to say that the obedience, they did exceptionally well. Even they did a lot of work, even better than other political parties. The obedient, considering, coming from a smaller, uh, unknown party, I would call it, to spread the message around the country, and also to speak the good message of P2B to the extent of gaining the momentum and getting the much vote he gathered. So I can say, without changing my words, that Joe Biden did super well, better than other political parties, and that is why it seemed like now um, they need a reward, okay? And that reward will only come if P2B become the president. And that doesn't mean, it has to be, if it's not P2B, it's no one. But I'm just, trying to explain to you the emotions out there, considering the effort these young men and women, put, out there. And that include many of us on this space, and myself, even those in diaspora, they put a lot of effort and resources as well. So when you hear this P2B or nothing, I think I would rather say the PDP guys that have been in this for a long time, just take it as an advertisement. These young people, group of young people, are more of advertising their preferred candidates. It's not an authoritative sort of a comment to say, hey, truly, if it's not Obi, it's no one else. But sometimes you can still compromise. Watching how the movement, how things are going, you can compromise at some point. But another part where I personally have quite a huge concern was on Pirobi himself. Each time I hear about, I think someone said that the coalition has been in conversation for over 15 months, if I'm not mistaken. That's a year and some months. Sometimes when I'm having my quiet time, I keep on wondering what the hell were these guys like? What the hell are they actually discussing for over 15 months? That after they unveil it, P2B has he said he's been part of that meeting for a while. So after the unveil, would it be that this is part of political strategy? You get. So would it be that this is part of the political strategy to confuse both the followers, that's the obedient, and other, what's it called, other coalition, other people joining the coalition, that's the PDP and other political parties that are joining the coalition? Is it the strategy, or is it to confuse them that they didn't actually make a decision to say, okay, if this coalition, if I'm joining this coalition, I would want power to go to south or go to north, or so that people or followers in that region can focus and put energy, in building whatever they have left in that region, knowing that at the end of the day, the candidate will be zoned to their region. As you also know, once the primary election is conducted, the entire candidate that will lose out in that primaries, they are all locked out. So they will have no choice to go back to any of their parties to contest, knowing how Nigerian politics is sort of transactional. So these are some of the concerns among the young, okay, underline that word, among the young obedience that are just joining, this train for the first time, that haven't really been into this, that much. These are some of their concerns. And when those that are quite experienced, that have been in this business for a long time, someone like Rewan, when the younger ones put this P2B or nothing, or make some certain comments that, you might not feel comfortable, considering your experience, I feel like, it's something you got to be patient, and you got to keep on nurturing them, or, whichever way you want to do it. It's not really something to get so aggressive, or, get angry. I'm just mentioning real one, but I know in totality I'm speaking to the entire PDP, that I don't feel very comfortable when they hear that P2B or nothing. So sometimes when you hear this, you can find a way to either caution them or speak to them, or or just ignore it. It's more of an advertisement, which I'm part of them. I do say P2B or nothing. That doesn't mean if the primary is held today and P2B didn't win the ticket, that I'm completely will shut off and will not talk about politics again. No, it might reduce my enthusiasm. It might reduce the excitement if it's not P2B, but it doesn't mean I'm going to fold my hands and say, okay, that is it. Okay. So we have to find a way to tolerate each other. And now, coming to what happened in Edo State, my concern is there have been multiple things that has happened in the country. From it just took a couple of weeks, a national anthem was changed. A elected governor of a state was removed. When Peter B wanted to go to Benue State, the governor sort of stopped him or whatever. And this one is also happening now. So these things has happened once too many. And when things like this, keep on happening, and the citizens, do nothing, we pretty much gather on Twitter, we talk about it, we get angry, sometimes we abuse each other, we play and all that, and we move on. These are kind of things that keep on emboldening these guys. And I can guarantee you right here that they're even going to do more, because no pushback, nothing is coming. So I'm expecting now that both the Obedient, the PDP, and those that are well experienced, they are in this coalition now. So I expect more. I expect a very serious pushback. It doesn't matter who is going to be the presidential candidate, but the coalition has come to stay. So if anything goes wrong like this now, I expect the coalition to speak out really loud, to make a very serious statement. There's one more thing I will say, then I'll yield the mic about whenever we are having conversation, you will hear what will hit the APC in 2027 is pretty huge. I don't know. I do not. I don't dwell in such. I don't know if I should call it frivolities, or such sentimental comment. I don't. I like to see things. I like seeing the reality. If these little things that are happening from those in ruling party, and there's no any atom of pushback from any of us, I can guarantee you that nothing is going to change even come 2027. Even if it's in the open that P2B or Atiku or Erufaya or Amechi won the election, that the APC will rewrite the result. I can guarantee you that nothing will still happen. It's just going to stand. They will tell you to go to court. But if this guy can see right now that, okay, the opposition has come, they are pushing back, pretty well, the noise is really loud out there, then there will be some of a fear in them, before they put something out there, they will reread it again, they will double check, triple check, to make sure that they are putting the right words out there. But if we just keep on, leaving it I don't know, or leaving it with the obedience or leaving it with the coalition only. If we actually don't want to come together to, to massively push back, I can guarantee you that this whole thing will just continue. That's just a few things I want to say, and I appreciate. Thank you.
Comrade, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Then
So,
please continue. Thank you.
I think that Ogun, well, go ahead. Then we'll go to activists, then Joker.
Yeah, thank you once again for the opportunity given to me to speak. I hope you can all hear me.
Yeah.
I think we should just try and manage the situation and manage ourselves. If anybody want to remove Southerners, most especially Mr. Tinubu, from that power, you have to present a Northerners. Now, like charges we what? We repay. Unlike charges we attract. So if you are trying to make Tinubu to continue 2027, that means if you present a Southerners, Tinubu will defeat him. So, and Tinubu is playing a particular game. He doesn't want to use Muslim ticket. He want to use Muslim and what Christian candidate. So he's now looking for another option. Is that he remove Shetima, and by the time he remove Shetima, he's going to have issue with the North. So he's trying to play the game. To show their loyalty, he will remove them the way he remove Sinful Bara. So all of them too, they are calculating. So and they will not want anything to damage their own reputation or to damage their own reputation rather. So I rather say that we should just try and manage the situation in a way that we allow the coalition to come up with their own candidate and anyone they come up with, and directly they should tell Obi himself. Not that 2 months or 1 month after they have presented a candidate, maybe you are not okay with the person they presented, you have to move again, just like he did in 2023. You just have to go and create another. If you do that again, forget it. Before you come to power again, I can't really say maybe he's going to come to power again, because this time is the period for us to inject ourselves into politics. If he's ready for 2027, he should also go to Southeast. That Honorable Speaker Emeka Ehedua is in that state now, controlling his people, telling his people what they need to know. Everybody is galvanizing their self around the country. Agbesola is doing his own. Atiku is doing his own. Everybody is doing their own. Everybody. But don't let us focus on individuals. Let's bring them together. Like one man said the other time, he said, we don't know what they have already agreed upon between Atiku, Obi, El-Rufai, and others. You don't know. But at the end of the day, they're just like playing around and playing around. There's a particular man, I don't know, Tanko, he should always know what to say. Not every time you just have to inject a word to the space, Obi or nothing, Obi or nothing. If guys you are saying Obi or nothing, according to one man said the other time that it's been said by a particular man that he quoted one man, so Minister of Aviation. So he said you should just try and listen to what is happening around us so that we can present a candidate to win an election. You can't get power if you are not in that system. Nobody is going to hand over power to you if you are not part of the system. You must first be among the system before they hand over power to you. If Peter Obi want to become the president of this country, by God's grace, he will become the president. But if not, he can also ally to become the deputy or vice to that particular person so that he can get what? Access to power. So that's what I will say for now. Thank you for the time and the opportunity for me to speak to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good. Yeah, so let me just say something. So You see, I saw a statement. I don't know whether ADC put them out that the party is committed to a free, fair, and credible primary race. Yeah. So, for me, they go into a primary race. Obi win or lose because, of course, the outcome is always 1/2, right? Win or lose, there's no draw there, right? It's still, I mean, like even if Obi lose, worst case scenario, he lost the primary. Yeah, the party is not going to leave him high and dry, right? Like when you give an example, okay, even Tinubu, like he encircled the winner of the president, okay, with his people, and Tinubu nominated over 50% of those minister. Yeah. Then, I mean, like he can even put, so that threatens his position, okay, for another election cycle. Because this thing, this presidency in a marathon, is not a sprint. Don't look at it as a sprint. Yeah. But what we should look at a sprint today. Yeah. Now to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That let us look at it from there and go, that's the sprint. Because we cannot afford another four. If Tinubu goes for a second term, when he does not need anything from anybody, from the north to the south to the west to the east, think of what Tinubu will do with a second term. He's being contained now, yeah, because of his re-election ambition. So, like, just think of it, yeah. I think I called activists next. Go ahead, activists.
Yeah, thank you,
Morning, yeah.
comrade. Like, let me follow the trend of your thought this morning to place my thoughts as it is. Now, what's most important is that imagine Tinubu as president of Nigeria. Somebody became president of Nigeria. He changed our national anthem without our collective intention. Without even there's no time people were called to ask, do you want to continue to change use the one you are using or change it or whatever. There was no. That is a law. When you want to make a law, people must be aware of that law. And when they are changing it, they are consenting to it. Do you know what? In 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, they change the law. In Tinubu's government, we have changed the police act without the intention of it. In Tinubu's government, they awarded what's it called, the minimum wage act increment. You know what? It did not take place until almost 1 year across the whole country. They just signed into law without improvement, without increment, without any implementation. This is the country they're talking about. You see, I hope that people that stay in America and stay in Europe that argue Obi or nothing or whatever, nothing or nothing, and they think that they are dealing with human beings. That's the first thing you must understand. You are dealing with people who are cultists. If you are gone to school where they get cultism, you will see where they use battle arms, they open somebody's skull. Nobody go tell you say something they happen. They go open your skull for afternoon. You go not say no, no be joke. And by the grace of God, I have been privileged to go to places I'm not supposed to go because students were open. They openly keep people in the afternoon time. This is, you see, when you see cultism, then you see Tinubu, you see Wike, you see the criminals like the guy will be governor of the Edo State and people that are around him. Nobody will tell you people you are dealing with. They're not telling you, oh, you see Buhari. If Buhari sees the right thing to do, this is the right thing, he will follow the right thing. Even though that right thing will not favor him, that is a corner like Yaradua and all that. But you know what? You are dealing with people like Tinubu who do not even believe in any God. They don't even believe in Christian God or Muslim God. They don't even believe that. They believe that this life is their own and they're going to walk through it. They don't believe that life after life. They don't even believe in it in the first place. These are people you are dealing with. They don't have your kind of mind. Their mind is seared. The Bible said when a mind of a man is seared, like it's seared that you don't feel remorse of any evil anymore. That's people you are dealing with. When they cut you, they don't feel that they cut you. They feel cutting you and cutting you the more. It's their own. That is where they get their own happiness. These are people you are dealing with. Unfortunately, 95% of people they support Tinubu today don't even know Tinubu. So I will leave it at the level of social media. Let us discuss social media discussion. But let me go forward. If you want to fight 2027 election and you want to do it with kid glove, right? By 8 o'clock in the morning before the election will start, you don't already know the winner. Nobody will tell you you see the way Lagos election go. That's how it will go. And these people will do it like it will be like criminals running riots across the country. You know what? They have the resources, they are in government, they have authority, they have the military, they have everything with them. The only thing you have with you are Nigerians. And you know the worst thing, the Nigerians are they ready to die for themselves? No, my experience did not suggest so. My experience in the last election did not suggest so. Last year, or last 2023, I voted in Abuja, particularly in Kuba, phase 4. And that was my polling unit. I have to travel back to go polling because I voted there 2015 last. Then I have to go back again. I did 2019. So I said I have to vote and I have traveled back to Kubwa to go vote. When I got there the night before the morning, I got there the night before the morning, so I will have enough ample time to be there in the early morning. But friends and family here. When I got there, these people carry the electoral materials, both the whatever name you call them, every material they had, they put into one compound, and they were calling people in, like, how can we be checking our name here? I do something different here, and this is where the INEC put the INEC official put the canopy and everything. I thought he's working somewhere else. It doesn't make sense to me. I said, no, come out to where people that are convenient to. That's what you do. I don't know what they're doing there. Do you know what? There was a youth leader. There was a youth who is an agent of the Labour Party. Whether they PMO, whether they fear, I cannot actually accentuate. But he told me very well that these people come. I have to mobilize people immediately there. And we entered that place and we dragged the thing come out. They were military people, they were police officers. They kept quiet, they kept mute. We have more than 200,000 police units in Nigeria. The question is, if these people strike in one place, how do you want to defend yourself if you don't have the means, the mental capacity to do so? If you not guard yourself, how do you want to defend yourself with people who carry gun? You know why? Why it is even more simple 2023 election was because Buhari was president of Nigeria. That's the only reason why that election you can see that we get 6 million votes. I didn't give him that vote. Imagine say Tinubu is the one re-electing himself, is the one appointing INEC, is the one appointing everything, and he's going to run the same election with you. Okay, let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable as a people. Let's ask ourselves a question. What do we really want? You know the worst thing? If the 7 come and Tinubu wins, let me give you the honest truth. You know, in that America where you go just stay for there, they wash your plate, or you do for Europe, they wash your plate continually. Not even bother yourself to come back to Nigeria because Tinubu will make that place ungovernable. Your local government chairman, everybody you know that will be Nigerian head of state, anything we are talking about, are only criminals, people who are criminals, people who have been sentenced to death or sentenced to life imprisonment in America and Europe, people that will take over power in Nigeria. These are people that are taking over power right now as I talk to you. But imagine what it will be beyond 2027. This is what will be the center stage. Local government chairman in Esako West could not speak English. I'm not against him not speaking English, but if at least elementary education, you're supposed to have it to be able to speak English, at least communicate in an effective manner, if not perfect English language, then an English language that somebody can communicate and understand what you're saying. That's the least, that's the barest minimum. That guy could not even utter it very well to tell you how bad it is right now. So in those states, I've shown you the picture of what it is like. It's going to be like that in Imo State. It's going to be like that in every part of Nigeria. This is country you want to defend yourself with. What that is quite fundamental is, I will look at this whole thing. Tinubu will not leave power to 2039 unless God take his power. Even when God take his power, take life from him, Tinubu will still be remotely controlling Nigeria, even in his grave. That is the kind of person Tinubu is. He will set up a machinery to do so. Even when on a dying bed, he will be doing these things. We are not dealing with Buhari. You see Buhari, some of us trusted him and still trust him even till today. I can still make excuse for him. He has good intention. That Buhari has good intention. He may not have the wherewithal, he may not have the mental capacity, but I know that this man has good intention. You see Tinubu, even though Tinubu has mental wherewithal, he has health-wise, everything. And you know what? And Tinubu sees the right thing. Tinubu does not do the right thing. He will never do the right thing. So when you people are dealing with somebody, you are dealing with somebody. I pray that Obi understand what it is for him, because honestly, I know that things are already settled already. So it's not on social media we are talking about it. So let's leave it at the way where we are right now. So if we have to do something different, then we need to do something different in a different manner, not in a way you say you want to play rule, you want to play the rule. This is INEC rule. This is a caution of Nigeria. That's not what you do in the kind of system like dealing with people like Tinubu particularly. You will set aside every other thing and go with head to head. Head to head. That's the only way we can get things right. But I wish that people like Obi will be more manly enough to stand up and defend themselves. Like somebody said earlier, a young lady, Natasha, in her early 40s, when they told her she would not come to her state, she even fought battles in that state. She fought a criminal like Abelu. That's the kind of person she fought. But you know what? She triumphed at the end of the day. Up to today, she's still fighting battles. That's the kind of battles these criminals are. They don't stop at the battle. They even go to the judgment of court and give you the real judgment to you that you can't argue yourself. That is it a judgment of a court or an advisory note from a court of law in Nigeria? That is where we are. A court of law made a judgment that look as if it's an advisory to a person on what to do. And I think and I believe and I hope. See, this is Nigeria we're talking about. These people are infiltrated every part of Nigeria. Every part of Nigeria is already taken over. Churches, mosques, everywhere have been infiltrated. People are hungry. They are looking for money. So then, if you give them money, throw money away around them, they will take it completely. So if Obi want to fight, he should fight. If you don't want to fight, he should go and marry his wife and be a good father to his children. The Nigerian battle is a battle, is a real battle. It's not a battle of, oh, I think and I ought. No, it is a real battle. If you are thinking, if you're not thinking that way before, as a young Nigerian, see, this is the time for you to start thinking the people you are dealing with. What you saw in Edo State is not like somebody said, it's not a joke. It is what it is. It is what it is. If Nigeria is a country, people like Monday Polo will be working in mortuary in some part of Nigeria or working as a mortuary attendant, as a mortuary. That's where it's supposed to be. Not supposed to where woman is supposed to be. But you know what? Monday Polo is the governor. As a governor, he has the power to do a lot of things in those states. He has the power to do a lot of things and he gets inspiration from a criminal like Tinubu, who is in Abuja, giving him inspiration that anything you do, I do with you. Can Obi say anything I do, I do with you? That's why I cannot even die for Obi personally for me. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Because I know that if I die for one place, other people are enjoying. That's the major reason. But some of us we put our head and out. When I know very well that there's one comrade in one Sokoto, there's one comrade in one part of Imo State that is dying for the same reason. All of us will be dying for the real reason. We will take over Nigeria. But when you are telling yourself, oh, we want to go through the constitution of Nigeria, we want to go to the court, we want to go to, you're not dealing with normal people. So I hope that young people like me and you who are here listening are saying, oh, you are saying this thing. You're not saying Obi or nothing. Let me write to you. If the whole Obi prick, can it stand? They go put broom for your prick. It don't be, you see, wait, it's just a normal joke and a joke. They don't put broom for your prick before. You see, when you see this thing, you just say a joke, not a joke. We did not come out from Uniben for play. At Uniben, I go. I don't go places where they go, they give you a car in the morning. From hostel, they fight, they even bath. You go out to your bath to bath, you go out to fight first. They go take your phone where you fight too. When you that's how the environment will come out from. So when we talk about this thing, we're not talking about somebody saying, no, this is a place where people get mentality of frugality and they burn you in it. You see her with your eyes. When they take your phone 2 times, you go open your eyes, defend yourself. I hope that we can defend ourselves. That's the honest truth. It's not a place where you are thinking. If after Tinubu they don't come out, where we can talk about sanity. But Tinubu has president of Nigeria, there cannot be sanity in Nigeria. There can never be sanity in Nigeria. I can bet my life to it. And Tinubu is a nemesis to us. So we should start thinking about how to remove Tinubu first. That's the first preoccupation. And if you think that you're a Yoruba person or you be Muslim, that's why Tinubu is, you are deceiving yourself very well. Tinubu does not believe in Muslim, does not even believe in Yoruba. He's a criminal, a greedy fellow who think about himself and his family first and nothing else. Everything about him is about him alone. And that's what it is. If you think that it is about Yoruba or the South or the North, or Tinubu does not even believe in the South, they don't believe in any of these things. The only thing he believes in is a greedy fellow. And a greedy fellow takes everything for himself. And even the crumbs, he's waiting for you to fall so that I can take it back from you. Thank you so much, Mr. Honorable and Comrade. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank activists. Yeah, nice submission. And by the way, for the listeners, as activists say, it's an obedience, right? And his submission was centered around calling his people obedient. Okay, look, this is what we should do. Yeah, because I guess you can tell when people frame it that it is Atiku's voice that are admonishing the Obi for nothing. No, it's your fellow obedience. It's your fellow obedient that strongly disagree with that extremist view. It's an extremist view. Yeah? Because when you look at this whole thing, this reminds me of that goal where Yakubu missed, where it is more easier to score that goal than to miss it. But Yakubu missed it. Right? That is what this election is about. It is more difficult to lose this election with this coalition than to win it. Like, it's easier to win this election with this coalition than to lose it. Yeah? So are we going to behave like Yakubu, where success rate is higher than failure rate, and we still failed? And that's what this Obi or nothing vibe is giving. Look, let me even tell you something. Yeah? Me, I've looked at it as an obese guy. The best place to be, I want to be to get the ticket. If I remove my toga of neutrality. Right? But if Obi don't get it, I still see that it does not end it. It doesn't close the door to his presidency in the future. And I'm fine with it. Let us assume Obi did not get the ticket. It doesn't close the door to his presidency. right? Like in 2031, he will be in his. I mean, he will be approaching 70. Yeah, that's where Osomole said now youth him be at 70 when he was running for Senate. Obi is not an exception. As long as he's mentally and physically active, right? Uh-huh. And the upside of it, assuming that's this worst case scenario, he can do 8 years. That is one term distance off the window, right? So
And also, comrade, I think that is one thing Peter Obi should try and avoid. He should try and avoid um hopping on the southern what you call it, that's time for the south. Because if he doesn't get 2027,
yeah,
right,
if they apply that on to the
it's going to
south,
be
yeah,
difficult.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
He needs to stop that
that
completely.
closes door like permanently, or he pulls out of the coalition on the basis of turn of the South mantra and run alone, and he doesn't get it, it's over, right? So I've looked at all these things, social. That's why, it's even okay. Obi supporters should be with this. Is a very like a very good risk to take. Say you enter that coalition and worst case he doesn't get it. You are still in a good position. Yeah, because like he will even be in a better negotiating position to get the presidency in the future, right? But the alternative, he pulls out of the coalition, yeah, run alone, guaranteed Tinubu's win.
If Obi run alone, I will just go home and sleep. I will not disturb
Yeah,
myself. I will not
yeah.
even talk about politics again. I will
Well,
just
once
sleep.
that happened and Tinubu is elected, his chances of presidency is over. So be careful what you wish for, right? Because there's
I will
something
not be in
called
Nigeria again for 13 years again. That's
yeah,
another 13 years. I go
yeah,
go for Nigeria. Like
yeah,
2030, I will come talk about Nigeria. That's the honest. I will not delete
yeah.
my Twitter. Because this thing, I
So,
don't
so,
delete
so,
my shit
so
again.
people should be careful of what they wish for because there's something called hedging your bet. You get hedging your bet. You hedge your bet where the chances are higher for whatever you want. So, looking at the alternative, what are the alternatives here? Obi run alone or Obi remains in the coalition. Yeah, regardless of the outcome. You have a better chance hedging your bet on the coalition. If Obi presidency is your ultimate goal, your best bet is to stay with the coalition. That is how you should be hedging your bet. I don't know because I'm just an average guy, but when I make this calculation so easy, people you make me feel like I'm one kind genius, right? I'm not. So I mean, my brothers and sisters, I think we should be rounding up this um Obi or not to article or not in this discussion at this point. Yeah, we have. I mean, it's overflowed. We need to move on to other things. Yeah. This political evil called APC, we saw they've exhibited another thing. This is a new template. Don't come to my state. Are you not tired? Yeah. Anyways,
But it's the VK template, yes, and that is what they're going to apply across the board. You know, in 2022 lead up to 2023, that's exactly what VK done to us. He said, don't come to Rivers, right? Even with all the preparations that were made for Atiku to go to Rivers State, they made sure that didn't happen,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I'm sure they'll employ this across the board.
So
And on the
because
next
because,
stage,
because
you need
social
to be
Obi or
prepared
nothing,
for
guys.
violence.
Their greatest fear is Obi doesn't get the coalition ticket. Let us say that happen. You should be able to sleep at night well at night because it doesn't close the door, right? There's 2031. Right, even let's say if he doesn't get it, the person will get him, not even a friend. You understand because they are the favorites, right? It even empowers you the more you get. Then if you get it, fine. So what is there to be scared about? I don't understand this thought process to be honest. But everybody will come around, yeah, because this coalition will work. Like with or without the people that say will be or nothing. Because remember, when you walk out of the door saying will be or nothing, not every obedient will walk away with you. Yeah, a lot of obedient, a whole lot are committed to this coalition. Yeah, you want a divided house when you run alone. Ask yourself that question. But yeah, I can agree in the analysis. Yeah. This coalition is the best bet to remove Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah. And to guarantee Obi's presidency now or in the future. Think about this. Thank you. So let's go to Kosh. Oh, it's okay,
Comrade, I
I
thought
called
it
you.
was
Sorry,
my
no
turn.
verse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Comrade,
all right,
if you
sorry.
can remember, we said something similar about this Obi or nothing before. Like, it's okay to say Obi or nothing for now. You can campaign for your candidate, even say Atiku or nothing for now. But once there is a candidate that is formed from that coalition, it should die. Like, except you're
So,
not
so,
serious
so, so,
about
so, so
removing APC.
Joke.
Yeah.
Let me just come in here. Yeah, I get the concept of people can use it as a campaign slogan. Yeah, but the risk of that is that it is radicalizing others. Like, push, you understand? Like, it's a dangerous part that you
Let me
cannot
give you an
control at
example.
some point.
Let me give Okay, let's say Peter Obi comes out now and say uh there's a comes out to say tell obedience now that there's a probability that he wouldn't run for presidency. What do you think will happen at this early period? So many people will check out from like participating in their local level, like talking to people about ADC, doing all the things they're supposed to do. I get that or nothing part. Like Atiku, for example, has his base. Everybody's mobilizing their base because there is hope that okay, it might be my person. Everybody will go full throttle. But as reality comes, it's just like somebody that they are telling, okay, your dad is sick or he's in the hospital, and then he dies, and you phone the person. Maybe the person is in Lagos. You phone him and be like, hey, daddy is still sick, or come back home, for example. We all know the dad is dead, but you cannot just tell him he's dead already immediately. You have to allow the person to come back first. And then when he's back, you cannot gradually say, hey, we tried our best to, but he ended up dying. That is better. For example, now you come out and say, okay, Obi is VP or Obi will not be part of the ticket. What do you think? Nobody will mobilize as much from the south. I guess that for me, I think that this thing is going the way those in the coalition want it to go so far. Obi hasn't come out, for example, from the southern part to say to push for ADC because like there are still some like the Labour Party issues, for example. That's what I'm believing because he cannot be stupid enough to think that he can run it alone this time around, except he's working for the APC. Which we once Obi moves out from this coalition and says he's running again, then I have my theory differently. Like I'll start seeing him from a different light because he cannot be that naive. You cannot be a governor in Nigeria and tell me you're that naive. It's not possible. You can do it for to get votes and all of that. But Obi cannot tell me he's that naive and he ended up being a governor in Nigeria. It's not possible. This is not Europe or US. So I'm still watching and seeing. Maybe after the Anambra elections and all of that, then we see how he plays his politics moving forward. But if he continues the same way after all these elections and all of that, then it's a different ball game. Then maybe he has a deal with APC or something. That's I'm not saying that's what. Make no mistake, oh, I am as obedient as they come. Like I'm still shouting Obi or nothing now because I know what he does. I know the advantage. And if you sit down well and analyze it, once Obi comes out as full time joining the coalition and we our own base continues with is Obi we want, he has its advantage. You cannot just tell people to just calm down, all of that. If he galvanizes the base and say, I'm running, let's go and get this ticket, and we don't get it at the end of the day, it's not do or die. If anything, he brings his presidency closer. Because, for example, let's say he doesn't join the coalition and run individually, and Bat gets his second tenure. The next probability of Obi ever being president is 2039. Then he will be 78. That's why one thing I hate about when it comes to obedience is attacking Atiku based on age. Because you might end up being what you hate. Tomorrow you now start campaigning for Obi at 78. Forget this thing he's saying right now that he cannot run once he's this one. It's normal politics. I wouldn't want tomorrow when I'm now arguing and saying it's PO so time. You now say, but you said this thing about Atiku. Watch out, though, you might still do it tomorrow for Peter Obi. So we should be careful how we are, as much as we are campaigning for our own candidate, be careful how you campaign for your candidate so that you won't look hypocritical tomorrow. So this coalition, even if Atiku ends up the flag bearer with, first of all, I'm pleading with anybody that is obedient, is a hard pill to swallow, but you have to start adjusting your mind towards the possibility of Obi being VP or not being part of that ticket and still helping the coalition, just adjust your mind towards it. Except you enjoy the APC and the kind of politics they are doing. And if they continue like that, this APC type of politics will kill democracy in Nigeria. Like it, I know it's not always been ideal, democracy in Nigeria, but it would totally murder it. There's no like it won't be democracy again itself because they are bringing in the kind of politics that makes it obvious that the people are not even needed. The PDP will pretend that they need you, campaign, all of that. Try to be a bit. They still need you as a people, but APC is bringing in a new dimension to Nigerian politics that they're making it obvious that they don't need you. All they need is just to come there, arrange election for themselves, thumbprint it themselves, and kick you out. They are making it obvious that they don't need you. And any party that does that, or any group of people that do that, they are not going to serve you at all. It's better that Bat goes and then maybe an article comes in. He's not ideal, he might not do much, he might not do, but until the political class has that sense of that sense that when you're not performing, there's a probability that a coalition can be formed with the people and they kick you out. Then anybody that gets into power would have that sense of responsibility to perform at least. Because what we're trying to do now is to push APC into a place that they know that we are stupid, that they can always manipulate the people and divide us as much as possible and stay in power and rig their way in every election cycle. Once we get them into that sweet spot, comrade, if you can remember when there's this space you held after the aviation minister, what was that his name, was saying Obi, Obi. We were talking that day. I told you that this one they are pushing for Obi. Me, I don't even want Obi again. This one they are shouting, Obi is this one, Obi is that one. If I'm agreeing with them, then it means my calculation is wrong. If you can remember, we were in the same space that day, and then you said the same thing that this one they are pushing for Obi that it's like we're miscalculating. We have to think about this thing. Because the major goal, first of all, is not just about Obi presidency, it's about kicking out APC. Do you know how many recessions we faced with APC in power? How many recessions we faced? Do you know how the Nigerian GDP has fallen as a result of since APC government came into power? I know you say APC government, they are people. Yes, they are people, but every political party brings in people who are conk, like at the foundation that bring about all those changes. For example, and if you don't kick out that party, we don't kick out that party and show those people that feel they own APC that the Nigerian people can actually bring about change, then it will continue like that, and we're not going to help ourselves. So this coalition, even if Obi doesn't get the ticket, it brings Obi presidency, if it's possible, for closer than further. Because Atiku or whoever gets the flag running for even 8 years, let's say Atiku doesn't honor his 4 years, whatever, and us 8 years, Obi would actually stand the chance to run when is another turn of the south after the 8 years of whoever gets the, let's say Atiku, after the 8 years, he will run at 72 instead of 78, and then he will run with more influence because there's no way he wouldn't have some agreements with these coalition members. So you have to think it through and ask what is now the best, what is the closest. If you believe that PO is the messiah of, and me, I really don't believe it. He will do as much as possible. He's better than what we have now, but he wouldn't change everything. But if you believe he's the Dior and all of that of Nigerian politics, it brings his presidency closer because he would have chance at 72 instead of 78. So no matter how you calculate it, it brings it closer. If Obi must be part of that coalition, I'm telling you, that's the only chance. If not, except 2027, we'll come and cry together and say they rigged us, and then we call it a day, and then we scream, maybe do a bit protest here and there. Military will come out, chase everybody inside. Cause how even in the southeast, that thing some people prophesied that will happen to PO in southeast would actually happen in 2027 if it doesn't align with the coalition. Cause I don't see how Obi will win Enugu, for example, alone. It cannot happen this time around. I promise you, it cannot happen. I don't see how he can win Ebonyi alone. It cannot happen. So if you're shouting obedience, it goes beyond social media. I don't see how he can win Imo alone. It will not happen. Forget 2023 election. Every election cycle is different. So if you're the submission of his votes will start in the southeast. That's when you see people who are trying to buy favor from Bart. That's when you see the numbers that will be cooked. So the only chance I see for us, obedience, and people that support Peter Obi is this coalition. So we have to start adjusting our mindset. As much as I used the example of someone whose dad is dead and all of that, and no one wants to break the news immediately. Let's say let's just adjust our mind to that possibility. Because when you have someone who is critically ill in the hospital, you have to accept that he's either going to be alive or he's either going to die. Have that in your mind that okay, there's possibility that Obi might not get the ticket. But you can scream that you want him to get the ticket. That's okay. It helps galvanize our own end when the time is right. We can galvanize with that, Obi or nothing. But when he eventually doesn't get it, then you have to also remember somewhere in your head that you've adjusted that this is a possibility. And then you work with what you have, except you want APC to continue. Thank you.
Comrade, should I jump on now? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, coach, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can.
All right, great. I greet everybody. And before I continue, I just want to say a few things. And if my speech would offend anybody, I'm sorry ahead of time. But I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. Number one, nobody knows tomorrow. Any calculations anyone is making is of their own volition and pleasure. If anybody knew what tomorrow was, they would be in a better place than there is, and they will be able to prevent a lot of things from happening. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Number two, I would like to respectfully disagree with one of the speakers that came on here and said Buhari had good intentions. There's a saying that says the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So that's some food for thought. And the third thing I want to put across is what happened with Edo Governor and Peter Obi. Of course, yes, that's a threat, and I condemn it. But in extension, it was a threat to the office of the Nigerian citizen. But we have people here projecting themselves and calling him weak and a coward. Meanwhile, you're doing nothing to the threat that was given to you as a citizen. What have you done about that? Nothing. You want to sit in your lazy boy and wait for Peter Obi to come and defend you. I think Peter Obi's brand is clear. He's a gentle, compassionate humanitarian with a good business sense. If you like that brand, you can go and vote for him. He's not the type to coerce you or for you to change who he is in order to win in the Nigerian context. What is bad is bad, what is good is good. There's no such thing as the way we do things here in Nigeria. You're either a bad person or you're doing heading towards making things better for everybody. So I think a lot of people are just projecting their own fear and cowardice towards that man when they themselves in his brand, I would imagine that he believes that he listens to the people. So it is for the people now to go and show that you cannot mess with the citizen. And every politician will fall into place because they know the citizen will not take it. But when you take everything like this, what do you think is going to happen next? A lot of people are here saying that, oh, 2027, God bless the coalition, and I hope good things come out of it. But from my experience in 2023, there's a saying I always take along with me everywhere I go. The things you do today are the things you will do tomorrow. So if you are begging today, tomorrow you will beg. All right? There's no two ways about it. So in 2003, people were slapped and the mark is still on their face. If you really want change, you have time today to perform that change. If you're waiting for 2027, trust me, the wound will heal and you will start all over again from that part. There's no change in there. If you need change, the miracle can happen today, not in 2027. That's all I have to say. And guys, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, course, yeah. So yeah, I get your submission and I totally respect it. You understand? But to be pragmatic and to be realistic, this whole if you want the change now, I think that is abstract. You get? Uh-huh. Um, nobody is doing anything until 2027. That's the election. Yeah, so we are fighting with what we have. Yeah. So just to put that out there. So of course I get the whole concept. I've had that argument over and over again. That what have you done? See, if who will I use? If social threaten me, yeah, someone within my political ladder, I go face him, I go challenge him. You understand? I go challenge him. So the governor of Edo State have who is a political elite has issued a deadly threat to be a fellow political elite. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh, uh, so the onus is on Obi, to challenge him first. Maybe me go fight for Obi. Like I can't even fight for him even if I want to. You get? If you come to challenge me, I'll push back myself. I no go expect a third party to come down for me. You understand? So you have to fight for yourself first before others. So saying it is this is just to transfer liability. Okay, liability to of Obi's defense to from Obi to others. Yeah, so and it does a lot of the service to the man called Obi. So I mean, I get you. Your position might just be to put to show you are not showing him love, okay, by making that submission, right? You are doing him a disservice. I will just tell you honestly, So having said that, I don't know whether I spoke to the issue of Obi or nothing. I mean, I'm not sure your stance on that, but I'll leave that and we'll move the discussion. Okay.
Oh, comrade, sorry, we
Okay.
have a lady now on the space. Maybe for
Yeah, gender balancing. Yeah,
yeah.
we are pro women on this space. So, if you just came now, but yeah, the mic is yours if you want to speak. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. From where I'm coming from, okay, I will say good morning. Um, I like the last speaker. I would kind of agree with the last speaker. So, me for Obi's brand, I am not thinking that it's just about winning the election. And it's about seeing Nigeria work. It's not about collecting power, actually, kicking APC out of office. That's not the goal. The goal is about seeing Nigeria work. If you watch him over a period of time, or what he stands for seeing Nigeria work, lifting people from poverty. So it's not about just joining the coalition. We know that coalition, once there is a primary, dollar will change hand, and people, except if it's open for everybody, every member of that party to vote. But if it's just for the selected delegates, of course we know that he won't get the ticket. And for me, I'm not saying he should stay there, because they also need obedient movement to win the election. See, we are saying that he can't get vote in Enugu, he can't get in Anambra, can't get this. This is also what everybody said in 2023. It's market women in the market that know what they are feeling. It's people on the street that know what they are feeling. It's not going to be. It's not going to be the same ball game. They will think that, oh, they will come and give people money. Even last year, they give people money in Enugu. They shared money to them, but they still did not vote for them. They collected the money and went ahead and voted for Labour Party. I have cousins that told me they showed money. They collected money from PDP in Enugu. They collected money from people, different parties. But guess what? They still went ahead and voted what they wanted to vote. Let me tell you, people have gone beyond that. The hunger is too much. The suffering is too much in Nigeria right now. So it's not about this. All these things people are saying, ADC, this. Let me tell you, even if OB and they will still want to rig the election, they will still rig ADC out of the election and they will do nothing. In Nigeria we are today, they can still rig, even with Atiku there, they can still rig APC, even with El-Rufai there, being the flag bearer or Atiku, and Obi. For me, Obi should never ever think of what they call it, vice president. No way. If he doesn't get the ticket, he can still stay there. But it's not a do or die. To contest this election, it's not a do or die affair. He's coming to work for us, and not really the other way around, because he's not a person that like to use policies to enrich himself. So it's not the other way around. So if he doesn't get the ticket, my brother, no need of even saying I'm going to another party to go and contest. It's not a must. He can stay. Don't contest, but don't be VP. VP is a no-no for me, because once he becomes VP and that government fail, and we know that in Nigeria VP does not have any power. And most times when anybody that, if you become a VP and that government did not do well, people will also assume that you cannot do anything. And that's how your political career will just die like that. Look at Osibanjo. The man did excellently well as a VP, even though they didn't even give him power to even do something. But the small moment he was able to handle the economy, we saw what happened within that moment. But what happened to him? Look at him now. Can't even talk anywhere. He was sidelined fully. So for BP is a no-no for me. If he cannot get the ticket, he can still don't contest. It's not a must that you must contest. But me as a bident movement, I will never ever vote for Atiku. That is my own standing, because I see that he can't actually do anything. Honestly speaking, he won't. So because what did you leave there? You keep coming, you keep coming, you keep coming. You do you know how many times he has left PDP just to
Hey,
keep
Comrade, comrade, comrade.
focus,
I
Okay,
beg,
yeah,
that's my own
social.
comrade. I would like
You
to
see,
respond
so
to. There's something she said about
let me
Enugu.
finish.
okay, guys. Yeah, so I was making the decision whether because to interject her or not. Making no be like say, but if we are being fair on this place, yeah. Um, if you see me admonishing obedient movement now because of this kind of submission, you understand? If we are being fair, this thing is not equal on both sides because I know what of what they are doing. Yes, so far on this space, I have never seen any article supporter we don't call attack Obi. In fact, now obedient, yeah, they criticize Obi for this space so far. You get so for me, like nobody interjected you, Ife, but like you just couldn't help it. Okay, like anyways, like I don't even know what to say again. Yeah, it's okay.
Can
I
I
think
say
what
something?
it is, some people have a deep-seated hatred, right? And they need to get
I
rid of
don't think
that.
no.
They
I
need to
don't
get
think
rid of
I
that,
don't think this is no
honestly.
social. I
Comrade, please, I want to ask her
So,
one
guys, guys,
question.
guys,
Just one
nowhere,
question.
guys.
out
Please.
of
I
nowhere,
want to ask
Michael
her one
just
It's not
question.
started
If
hatred.
saying,
he,
Social.
if he,
It's
please,
not
Social.
hatred.
if
It's
he,
not
So
hatred.
if
I
he,
am
social.
studying
please,
that. I
if
am
he,
not
if
Guys,
hatred. It's
guys,
not
anything,
guys,
hatred.
guys, guys. I bet no verse. I don't think this is history because if you look at the man article, like, yeah, you can oppose him, but like he's not that harmless where you go con say you want hater. He's not vicious. He's not a vile person. Is his attitude, like his body language, doesn't empower anybody to just hate him. You understand? Like, so it's not hatred. Yeah, I think it's more of being negatively competitive in this case, right? Like the idea that I'm saying, okay, um, attack this guy viciously. It elevates Obi. Just this guy now the only thing stopping Obi from getting that ticket. That's the way people see it. You understand? That's the way people say that this guy is the only thing stopping Obi. So we have to go after him. You understand? Because thinking that Obi not getting the ticket, why is this guy? So unconsciously, um, you see, okay, they just launch attack unconsciously, So I just do that, like, you know. So that's just
but,
it.
but the
Yeah, go ahead, go
Can I
ahead.
say something? Can I
comrade,
say
please,
something?
Okay,
comrade, I just have one question to ask.
Joker. I will come back to
Just one
make social
question, then
talk.
I'll
Okay,
go. Just one question. I want to ask Ify.
you go,
Ify,
you go,
please,
you go, you go. Hold
just
on.
I want to ask that question, then go.
Joker. If I tell you
Just
hold
question.
on now, hold on. I'll just be patient. Why can't you be patient? I beg you be patient. Yeah, social was talking and I cut him off. Let him finish.
yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's not fair on the Tiku, right? Because the Tiku 401 has never attacked Peter Obi, right? Never, never, never. And also, it's not fair on us to articulate, right? Who have put down, everything and decided to focus on this coalition. But every time we're doing anything, people keep attacking the Tiku and attacking us, and then start playing victim when we respond. Like, it's not fair, right? Because the Tiku hasn't done anything to these people. If anything at all, he's the one who put Peter Obi on the national map, right? If you're not appreciative of that, you shouldn't hate that. Yeah, so I think people need to recalibrate their approach to this. Because actually, some people have got more hate for Atiku than they even have for Tinubu. right? And we have to call it out because we can't just keep sitting there and taking it like we're some douchebags, you know? So I think, yeah, people need to start thinking in it because I think people are doing this because they're not thinking. Yeah, people need to start thinking because we've put everything down. We're saying, yes, we're going to work together. And more time, anytime you ask any articulate person, what is your view on this coalition? They like, I want to get rid of Tinubu. I want to remove APC. I don't care whoever gets there. Whoever the coalition brings, they say they will support. But all the time, we're the ones being attacked. So I think people need to, you know, really do some introspection because it's not fair, right? We've been holding many of our people back, you know, from attacking back. We're telling them, just calm down. You got me? Don't worry. There's a bigger goal. There's a bigger picture. There's a bigger vision, right? So I think other people need to also understand that, right? I understand the coalition is a complicated thing. There's so many competing interests coming in, but you have to understand there's a bigger goal. Because if we lose, if we fail in 2027, I'm telling you, all these politicians will be done. Nigeria will be done. It will become a monarchy,
Even
right?
even with the coalition, the way it's going, you will still fail. Simple. Even
Okay,
with the
okay,
coalition.
okay,
If
okay.
But
If
with
you,
the INEC, if you guys
You
don't
see,
turn,
this is the
if you
mindset
guys
what we
don't,
don't want.
okay, okay, okay. So if you know the condition is we fail, you've made that analysis discernment, you've made that conclusion. Why did you? I mean, why not just walk out of it? Why do you think you have to come to a space where people are positive about it, and you are telling them what do you hope to achieve? Like to convince us that it will fail, and then what? If I had that your mindset, I won't. I would just if I see people hosting space talking about coalition, I'll just laugh them off and go and do another thing. But you had to request the mic, come up to tell people the coalition will fail. That's not a good use of your time, to be honest. But I don't want to overtry this because, like, if you, I mean, you are entitled to your mindset, I will stop you. But at least you, that, I mean, just like they are different. Like, I don't know whether you are new. You understand? You okay? You make a decision now. Um, do I have to join the discussion or not? You know, since maybe like it's like, you know, it is far from what you think. Very far, 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 far. You know. So, but anyways, yeah, it's okay. So, if a lot of obedient are supporting this coalition, just to let you know, yeah. So I know you're entitled to your opinion, but it's okay. Let's move on.
So, comrade, can I
So,
just say something briefly so I can attend to something, please?
guys, I beg, make we know tell our reaction to if you
I'm not, I'm
joke.
not
Yeah,
trying
Hold on.
to.
Hold on. I beg, just there's a feedback from your mic. Yeah. Okay, Jokey, I don't know that your
yeah,
question
it's
is
still here.
still. I mean,
I don't know if I should still ask her
I,
because it
I
seems
no no
like
no
she
no no
wants.
no. So
No, no, no. There's no
Jokey,
point.
just you can just make a
Okay,
submission. Leave the
okay,
question,
okay.
please.
My
Just make a
submission
submission. Yeah.
basically is for anyone that is saying the coalition might fail or it must be Obi and all of that. My question is, let's say we go to the field and Obi goes alone, and then those hungry, poor market women vote for him. You know, the students that dropped out of school vote for him. The poor of the poor vote for him, and then some of you don't even know where the rigging goes on because like seems we are being deluded. For example, in Enugu, it seems like in Enugu some of the people that submitted something here stays in Enugu. In Enugu North, where it will be rigged, the coalition center of Enugu town, who is going to be there? Is it the poor market woman that will be there? Or is it the elites, the stakeholders in the state? Let's say he goes alone. How many stakeholders are now going to be with him alone? Do you think politicians are that stupid when it comes to grassroots politics? Nobody wants to waste their energy towards something that has probability of failing. ADC gives everybody at least fighting chance. So when the elites are putting their life on the line in that coalition center, fighting to make sure that the votes counts, they stand a chance. Not one person. We did it before. That element of surprise was there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Slept in coalition
Can I
centers
say
and all of that.
something?
It will not happen again. Face the reality.
Okay. Okay, Joker. Thank you. Man of God, hold on. I'll come to you. Yeah. Please, just you can meet. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So if you may, I would advise you just sit this election out since you don't believe in it. Yeah, that's just easy to do. Thank you. So let's move the mic then. Aku Abuge, go ahead.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go
Perfect.
ahead.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to say that when it comes to what's going to be happening in the coalition and whatever happens in terms of Obi's ambition, no individual has more influence on what happens beyond Peter Obi himself. Whatever any of the obedience say doesn't really make much of a difference. It is what Obi says that matters more than anything. And whatever he decides to do in terms of his political ambition is totally his choice to make. I've heard people say they are trying to caution obedience or things like that. It's not going to work. No matter what you say, the obedience or whoever they are, there are some who would 100% support the coalition and there are others who will not. I think what's more important now is what the coalition does and how they are able to build consensus and bring out whoever all of them, I've said this before, will be 100% behind and willing to support. I've re-echoed these my concerns concerning the coalition time and time again. I fear that the character of the individuals who are making up the coalition is probably not ideal, but I hope they surprise me. Because if you look at the success of the 2015 coalition against the Jonathan administration, it happened because we had people who were willing to sacrifice, people like Tinubu, who are willing to sacrifice their political capital in order to ensure that Buhari became the president of Nigeria. Would Atiku have done that? I really, really doubt, because there is enough evidence to show that he was not strongly committed to Buhari in 2015. And he still went ahead to contest against him. So his ambition is wild, is like ravaging. He wants to be the president, and he actually has the right to go for the presidency anyway. So if you have this kind of characters, then it becomes a problem. Then let's look at the person of Peter Obi. I fear Peter Obi may also have the same inclination in this particular election, particularly considering the fact that he may think that his best chance to contest for the presidency of Nigeria was the previous one, and the next best chance will be this. Because if you look at it, this is what happens when we look at the political landscape of Nigeria, where we have a north and south and unofficial political rotation system. So what that simply means is that technically, after this window, it's over for Peter Obi. Because if whatever happens, I've heard people say if Obi possibly concedes to Atiku, then he's going to probably have an opportunity after Atiku completes a 7-8 year tenure or 4-year tenure. I don't think that those political calculations are going to exist, particularly given the fact that Obi is not politically inclined like Tinubu. Like, he doesn't have that kind of, political base that someone like Tinubu had in order to be able to wrestle power. Because when you look at internal party politics, I think that's where Peter Obi really, really, he doesn't have the characteristics required to play the kind of internal party politics we play in Nigeria. We know how it works. You give money, you bribe whoever you have to bribe. And that's what I think is the major concern of the obedience, which is, they think that, and rightfully so, that Obi does not have any chance in getting the coalition ticket, because he's not going to play the way they actually typically will play, in terms of party politics in Nigeria. So I'm afraid that we might still come to that position where we still have a three-pronged race, because I think Obi and Atiku are going to contest eventually. That is what I think will happen. And of course, like most people have considered, it's most likely going to end up with a Tinubu in power. The other thing I also think, which Obi may also consider, is the fact that if he concedes to a northern presidency at this time, it's going to feel like a betrayal to the Southern political bloc because, you kind of coalesce with the North against a Southern candidate. It doesn't really speak well, particularly if you are looking for a Southern kind of collaboration sometime in the future. This is something the North will never do. So I think Obi is in a very difficult position. And for those who think it's just easy, he cannot just coalesce and support whoever. It's not that easy because it's also about, future collaborations and, the political calculations that happen in Nigeria. You never really know. So I think what he's doing at the moment is probably the best. He needs to really watch carefully and decide what he wants to do and what is best for him. At the end of the day, he mustn't be the president of Nigeria. And no matter how hard he tries, if the politics doesn't really work in his favor, then there's nothing he can do about it anyway. So I just think at the end of the day, that's what will happen. Then lastly, concerning what happened in Edo State, I think I'm not particularly surprised at Obi's stance in the whole situation. We all know the kind of person Obi is, And for those who say they are not going to support him because he's not taking the bull by the horn in their own opinion, it's their choice. As far as they are concerned, they can do whatever they want to do. I mean, at the end of the day, if you think Obi is not the right person to rule Nigeria because he doesn't have militant tendencies, it's your choice. Whatever you want, whoever you want to be your president, it's your choice to make. So that's my position. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Akubo. Okay, so the next person, Matt, go ahead. And Chief May, okay, hold on. Chief May come for it. Make Chief May go, then Matt, you go after him.
Okay, well, please, I want to make this submission because I've spoken earlier. The submission I want to make is this. For people saying that P2B's brand of politics, that is all about pulling people out of poverty, caring about people, doing the right thing, are you going to effect much change without fighting and get power? Do you think that you can effect more change and put out great policies to actually change the country, to make the economy much livable for people?